to start a new campaign. How do I never know what's going to happen? Oh, there it goes.
There it is.
Oh, welcome to the first episode of the Valley of the Doomed, our Doomstones campaign. I'm so excited. New campaign, new characters. Really, it's an old campaign, but we are jumping back to the past of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay with a campaign way back from first edition called the Doomstones. We got books on books on books here.
Books on books on books.
From a friend of the network listener, Grayson. Graciously sent me these books like 2 years ago. What?
I just want to
Dani wants to look at them.
Just the first one, real quick.
I don't want you looking at it.
Can I see the third one?
And
I want one.
Since we finished up Settling the Southlands, our homebrew campaign, I said there's no better campaign to run than one given to us, and I've been updating it to 4th edition. So we're not playing 1st edition Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. We are playing 4th with this campaign, and I'm super, super excited.
Name 3 differences between the 2 editions.
Opposed
in alphabetical order.
Ben losing. But yeah, so excited for this. We have most of the cast of our Patreon exclusive show returning with a new face. We're very excited to have. So we're going to go around the table real quick and just introduce yourselves a little bit with whatever you want to say. Obviously, I'm your bad GM, Dan. Back once again in the GM chair, which at time of recording, I gave it up last night to Ben to run a show for us. And that was weird seeing
gave
him
it
in
up
this
to
chair.
Ben.
You know,
He did.
it happens.
So we'll go around to my left and just ignore that.
No. What should I don't know. Everybody knows me. I'm Dani. What's up?
Well, this is the first few episodes will be free on YouTube as well to entice people to watch and listen to more. So they may not know who you are.
All right. I play Mina Fisher on Grim Podcast of Perilous Adventure, and I'm the good GM on the Lost Omens podcast. I also played Bethan in Settling the Southlands.
Fake name.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that there was a good GM.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And last night, Ben declared himself Weird GM.
Okay.
Oh.
And
Okay.
Tim is still GM TBD.
Yeah, then we'll figure it out one day.
It's got to stay that way.
Unknown
forever.
GM.
Correct.
Forever,
Yeah.
I
forever.
think it should just be GMT.
I don't hate that. Like
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Are you mountain time as well?
I was gonna say, probably negative 5 hours. I think,
Probably.
right?
I would
Something like
say.
that.
Yeah.
-5 to all tests.
Yeah.
Just add that.
Done.
Modifier and everything.
No!
Done.
I rolled up my first RPG character when I was like 7 because my dad had all the OG D&D stuff. And then I started playing WFRP with Dan back in the college years. And here we are.
Yeah.
So I've played a lot of characters.
Mouth noises.
Who
Hi,
are you?
I'm Jess.
Who'd that be?
Jess Klaus. I played Liliana on Settling the Southlands. That was my first WFRP game with you guys. I played Fate. That was my first tabletop game. I think I've played some Pathfinder. I think I've played some D&D ? I don't know. A lot of loose gaming. A lot of rules that were thrown out windows. So this is the most quote unquote serious game I play. Anybody who heard me play the last one knows how serious I play this game. Yeah. It's fun.
Noises.
Sweet.
Do I need to know anything else? I don't think they need to know anything else about me.
What's your social?
Jess Klaus. I'm on the Discord.
No, your social security number.
Not
Just
telling you
loves
that.
tea.
I do love tea. I'll always have tea, and I'm always cold. Hey, I have a scarf today. Merry Christmas. It's coming up.
Boom. Happy Yule.
Mm.
Well, I'm Shaper, and I've been playing role-playing games. Actually, so this is kind of interesting. I have not played a lot of role-playing games recently. I played a tremendous amount of role-playing games as a teenager. Discovered D&D when I was about 11, and I played a lot of D&D. I played a lot of the D20 modern system. I played a lot of the Star Wars role-playing game back in the day. And then I got into some of the White Wolf stuff, and I played Exalted. Was actually a really fun one. I don't know if anybody knows Exalted, but it's a cool,
actually.
Yeah, cool game. And then I can kind of relate to the idea that I prefer rules light role playing games. At the end of the day, you pretty much just need a die to like arbitrate some, if some random chance happens. But like more and more, the more I played, the more I was like, I don't need like 90 books worth of content. I just need to have fun with my friends. This is actually a fun experience for me though, because I am almost always the game master. Like
Ooh.
almost always.
Yay.
It's very rare for me to be a player. Yeah. So the last time I played a long campaign was about 10 years ago. So it's been a minute. So I play a lot of games. I design a lot of games, but I don't role play that much anymore. So I'm looking forward to getting back into it. And as I was saying before we started, to be as annoying as possible to Dan. So
That tracks.
Was Exalted the superhero game where like everyone was like
no, it's
related to gods or something?
Well, maybe it was related to gods, but it was like it's very anime.
Yeah.
And so you had like all these cool abilities where you could like it was kind of crunchy, but you could basically like be like, oh, I'm going to take these cool combo moves and put them together.
Oh,
so
dope.
like the book had lots of different types of abilities, and you could actually like instead of being like I cast fireball, it's like okay, well this spell does fire, and then this move makes it like travel far.
Oh, okay.
So I can like do these two spells together to make a fire that travels far, kind of thing. And it was interesting. It was fun.
That was we played a lot of Mutants and Masterminds, and the way you built powers is very similar to that. It's like I'm going to add the range template and this energy template, and I really dug that. But everything was piecemealed and build it yourself. But I'm Tim. 40% of the time, I'll make you smile every time. So
Pretty good
Everybody
odds.
laughs.
Let's be honest.
but I play games here and also other places. A lot of games.
Very detailed.
All the games.
I've prepared this character. I've been actually working a lot on this character. I'm very excited for it.
I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, I haven't done any prep whatsoever. But listen, we'll just roll some dice.
You said you're going to roll for it all. And
Yeah.
this game, that's
He just admitted
completely
that.
viable.
Yeah, that's the fun.
I know. I'm saying that's viable in this game. Some games that would
Stop.
be not great that you didn't come with anything ready, but this game is fine.
Dan, stop yelling at Tim.
Yeah.
I'm not yelling.
God.
Such a bad DM.
I, honestly,
Well, we haven't even started yet. You can't call me that already. I was just about to give you presents.
Damn it.
Maybe not for Jess. New game, new campaign, new dice.
Oh.
Everybody gets a set of dice.
You want me presents? You killed my dog.
Oh yeah, you
Spoilers.
did kill her dog.
I got everybody a
For those of you who
mystery
don't
pack
know,
of
it was
dice.
in-game. Please don't think that Dan actually killed a dog.
Oh yeah, no, not a real animal. No.
He
we-
would
can we
never.
open
Never
it?
ever.
Yeah, open them up.
Wow.
This is exciting.
This is very exciting.
Yeah.
So I got these from our local game store, Bearded Dragon Games.
They don't match.
They are not matching, no. But they should.
That's really fun.
Anthony over there helped me check it out. It does come with a metal die in there as well.
Yeah.
One random metal
I
die.
got a metal D10.
It should
Yeah, me
come
too.
with a D10 and a D100. I'm hoping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, it's a
He was
it's a
trying to look up
complete- yeah.
online exactly how many dice were in it to make sure that it would be a set viable for this game. But yeah,
Yeah,
what
it
kind of
says-
stuff did you
Mine
get?
is bile colored. I'm very excited.
Bile?
Thanks, Tim.
Bile colored.
Just opening my dice quick.
People love that. Yeah, it says includes a plastic RPG set and one metal die.
Right, but RPG sets used to only come with a D10 or
And not the
D20.
not the set of
That's cool.
D10s. So hopefully they're fun. I thought it'd be a nice way to start the campaign.
You're a
with
great
new
GM.
dice.
Did we all get the same color?
Well, yours
Shapers are a little bit lighter.
yeah, mine are bile colored.
Ours are like cinnamon
Yeah.
color.
Oh, is it?
Are you
guys-
Is it
color?
boys and girls?
There's
Oh.
Oh,
Hey.
all
His,
right.
his and hers dice.
His and
Fun.
yeah. Look at that.
It'd be
This is so sweet. And I do have to say, I didn't know about this. Normally, I know about everything leading up to these games.
Oh.
Not like content of the game, but
Yeah, that's
like,
because you live here,
these-
Dani.
I know.
They've been sitting in a bag on the little cart here for like
Yeah,
a
no.
month at least because
That's
I
not
thought
my
we were
shelf.
going to record this a long time ago. And then life kept happening.
Yeah.
So I've had them for a while and almost forgot about it. But I didn't.
Look at you.
Look at me not forget.
Limitless Dan.
You right? That's me.
Is everyone's metal die a D6? or
I got a
is it-
D6.
Mine was
Mine's
a
yellow.
D10.
You
got
got
a
a D10. Okay, interesting.
Ooh, what color is yours?
It's like silver and blue.
That's
Still-
cool.
Oh, mine's like
and
rainbow.
Yours is like that
that's
oil
cool
where
looking.
like
Yeah,
these
yeah, it
colors.
looks like oil. Yeah,
Mine is
yeah.
very classic black and silver, but it's also because it's a cube and metal. I actually can like cut myself on it.
The corners are very.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
sharp
mine is-
metal
Pretty-
dice?
pretty
Here, Dan,
sharp
let me
cut.
poke you with this.
Please don't.
Mine's black and yellow.
Oh,
Between
that's
us, we're
cool.
we're a B.
Zzz.
Tim like B.
Oh,
like these.
Tim.
So what are those foam brain games?
Yes.
They're from?
Yes.
They're dice, Dan. You bought them.
Don't be a foam brain.
Ugh. Trying to promote the company I got them from. Not a
Oh.
sponsor or anything, but you know, if you want to get yourself something to get your players there.
All right. I'm
Rainbow
going to
dice.
apologize right now. I rolled my pointy metal dice on top of your book, and I think the corner stuck a hole in your book.
I have that book listed on eBay. Don't damage it.
Can people go on the BD website and order these if they want to? BeardedDragonGames.online.
We can get them on there. Make sure they're there. But yeah, your BeardedDragonGames.online for all your game store goodness.
Use that code PCME10 at checkout. Get 10% off or 10% extra shipping.
All right.
Honestly, Dan can't give you guys any shit about making noise rolling your dice because use that dice tower.
Oh,
real
it's so
quick.
awesome. This is a gift from a listener, though. It sounds so great.
Ooh, that is satisfying.
It is satisfying,
That is
but it's
satisfying.
so damn loud.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
way
And I
louder
was
than
using
this. It's a
my
dice
metal
tower.
dice in it last night, and it was
it was like because
loud.
you're using metal dice in it. It sounded great.
I like my metal dice.
Well, first roll here, if we're rolling 4 characters, is going to be the random species roll. Unless you can choose this if you roll it
70.
and accept it. That's a human.
Very human.
Is
Anything?
20 bonus experience.
Nice.
I rolled it and I accepted.
I tried really hard to warn you that I was going to cough. It didn't work.
Oh, is that why you're flailing your arms
Yes,
around? Like
thank you, Dan.
established
I thought
before?
you were really excited that I was a human.
So wait,
I was like, all right.
if we roll human and take it, we get 20.
What if you accept what'd you roll?
I mean, I rolled this last night when you were yelling at me, but anything less than 90, 24, human.
39.
Human.
Okay,
Wait,
but
yeah,
I'm like a
anything-
I don't
39.
think you're looking this up. You're just saying
human.
You're just saying race.
He's just saying
90,
human.
90
Yeah.
or less is human.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually did look that up last night.
Wait,
Yeah.
what dice am I rolling?
2d10.
Okay. I was like,
Wait, where's my giant die?
this one and
This one here?
Yes. No, my giant metal D20 that Leroy got me from
You
my
mean
birthday.
D100?
That's what I said,
there's
giant
many
D100.
dice.
Anything under what?
90.
Oh, it's 44.
Human.
Human.
Do I get anything special because it's doubles?
No.
Come on.
You're a
You get a
critical
bonus
human.
20 for taking it.
Critically.
If you
You're
don't want to
critically
play a
human.
human, you can just choose a species, but you don't get the bonus 20 experience.
Can I be an ogre?
Yes.
Okay.
You weren't ready for that.
He was not ready. For
I
that.
know.
He was
No,
not ready.
yeah.
I-
And
got
never
him.
says yes.
Human's fine.
I'm not. I'm
Can I have
serious.
this?
You can be an
yes,
ogre.
you can. Oh no, I'm good.
But I don't actually want it.
Too much responsibility. Tim can't handle it.
I don't like it. All right, so it sounds like we're all
For
humans.
reference, 91 to 94 is halfling,
We're all
95 to
human,
90
that's good.
is dwarf, 99 is high elf, 100 is wood elf. Wood elf.
What if? I
But
was
what
like,
about
what's a
but what
if?
about the Cud Elf?
The could elf.
Mm.
What number is the Cud Elf?
That you need
Shoulda,
another
woulda,
die
coulda.
for.
You need to spend a resilience point for that.
All right,
I don't know what that is.
favorite part: rolling for a career. If you take the
78.
first roll, hold on.
Damn.
If you take the first roll, you gain 50 bonus experience. Said 78 for human.
Is it an ogre?
Offense.
Offense.
Ooh.
Okay.
You can choose defense or offense.
No, I was gonna go pick it actually.
Oh, white picket fence.
So if I take the first one, I get what?
50 experience.
What's a 25?
Ogre, probably.
Townsman.
What is that even?
You're a
man out of the
person.
town.
You're one of the
You
village
have a
people.
job in the town. It's different from villager slightly.
Sorry if I'm getting ahead and you can tell me to slow my roll. Huh. Are we starting like 0 experience?
No.
Like not 0 experience, but so I shouldn't fill in the first level of my career path.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So as we build the characters, you'll get normal starting experience stuff. You'll get your 40 advances and everything, and then you're going to get 2,000 experience.
Okay.
Just like we started Southlands, because this adventure assumes that you're into your careers a bit. You've been doing this
Cool.
for a little while. So if you don't like the first roll, if you're not a fan of villager, as an example,
Towns.
can roll up to 2 more times, and then choose from one of those 3, and you gain 25 experience instead of 50. So you still get something. Or if you don't like any of those, you can just choose a career and you don't get any bonus experience.
I'm really upset because I designed a character and I know what I want to be, but I decided to roll the dice just for funsies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I rolled freaking wizard.
Wow.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
We have a
Yeah.
whole book about wizards right there.
Yeah.
Learn your magic rules. Read the whole book.
but I'm not going to be a wizard.
Ah.
But I just wanted to mention
That's
that
sad.
Yeah.
I did roll wizard, which is pretty cool.
Could I be his wizard and take the experience he would get for being a wizard?
Oh yeah.
You can just pick wizard.
No, I want extra things.
You're going to start with 2,000 experience. Missing out on 50 is not a huge deal.
Okay, so I could be a
Um,
double wizard.
Here's another
I don't know what
question.
that means.
Okay.
You're a wizard.
The wizard.
Harry.
Because Cubicle 7 is coming out with all these additional books with additional careers.
Yeah.
Is there like an updated like career
Chart?
list?
Not yet. No.
There really
Not
could
currently. I believe there are fan-made ones that include all the other books and
Okay.
things. I didn't think to like bring one up ahead of time. But they have like
Head GM.
so a lot of them
I'm gonna look it
will
up.
have like in Up in Arms as they have their own like additional ones where like, oh, if you roll soldier, if you roll warrior priest, then you can roll again and become a priest of Myrmidia or Sigmar or something, that kind of thing. But like if you just want to choose a career, that's fine. You just don't get the bonus 50 experience, which, like I said, at this point isn't that big of a deal.
You could copy and paste that list into like a Google sheet and it would be numerical.
Because there are a lot added since the core book. Between Up in Arms and Winds of Magic and Lustria and Archives of the Empire.
That's more than 100.
It's a lot.
There are a lot of careers.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sticking with the one I picked. Not wizard.
I'm going to send this in Discord.
That's like a
No,
wizard that's very good at
that's my class.
tying
Yeah.
knots. Yeah.
My class is not wizard.
Mhm.
So what did
Actually,
you
it's actually
pick
a
then?
BDSM expert.
So what are you choosing if not a wizard?
Oh, well, I'm going to be a noble.
Ooh,
Yeah, obviously.
very nice.
A noble
so-
gas, as it were.
Wow.
gas?
I really love so much about that right now.
Right?
Well, there you go.
We just call you Neon, Argon, Xenon. Are you sticking?
I'm
with
not going to
fence?
react.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
going
on
to
my,
react.
I wrote it down on my sheet.
A human fence. Do you know what a fence is in this instance?
Have you seen a fence?
Yeah, I've seen a fence.
Have you?
My name will be
have you
Chain
taken?
Link.
Have you taken a fence?
No, no.
Not yet. But
This
the
is why
day's still
Tim is
early.
taking the career. The jokes are just too easy.
Yeah.
I know. I
Really,
like
to be fair, there's only like 4 of them though. So
right.
We're using them all in episode 1. Check.
Wait, but what you just shared goes over 100. How do you do that?
I don't know.
I told you it's more
mine
than
goes to
100.
11.
Oh, just
Yeah.
a list of all the careers.
So obviously, if you roll 100, you roll the D11.
If you roll 100, you get to pick.
What's a D6 doesn't have a 0 on it, right? No.
Not usually.
Yeah, no, I had to
It's
think
cool though.
about it.
This list that I found tells you the page number and the book that it's in.
That is actually very
Very
helpful.
helpful.
So thanks, Reddit.
All right, so we've got a human noble. We have a human fence.
Yep.
Is Jess staying with townsperson or
I don't know. I feel like it's boring.
Roll 2 more times and see what else you could
I
get.
mean, a townsperson is
The most basic.
the most pleb of all plebs,
Yeah.
and I am a
know.
patrician. So
I don't know. Villager might be more pleb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Townsperson means you have like a job.
Your
and
your
whatnot.
granddad
Right.
was a pleb, but then you moved into town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that granddad.
Mm-hmm.
I
Bankers,
forget what
clerks,
exactly the difference is, but
hawkers, innkeepers.
And it's hard
newspaper
too when like
vendors.
like we're going on an adventure. Do you really want to be a townsperson? I don't know.
What am I going to be? Like a washerwoman who's like,
Because you could then be
Screw
like
washing
you could be
clothes.
bewildered. You could
I'm
be
going to
like-
go in a
that's
dungeon.
true. It-
Yeah,
real-
I do that.
I mean, if it's
Townsperson out of water store.
Yeah, so,
if it's an adventure
with
in
some
the
wet
wilderness, you can be
pantaloons
bewildered
in a
by
dungeon.
the bewildered.
I told players a little bit ahead of time, so we had an idea, so they started getting character concepts. But just to make sure listeners know at this point, the start of this campaign, you are on an expedition into the Gray Mountains. You
Is it a
joined
routine
an expedition? Relatively,
Okay.
more than a 3-hour tour.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Where you have joined the expedition to help like map out this area of the Gray Mountains that's kind of unexplored. It's known to be dangerous. There are all kinds of things in the mountains, wandering monsters, greenskins, that kind of stuff. Who knows what else? So like
Could elves.
there could be elves, certainly dwarves. Make sure that you have a reason why you joined this expedition. And if that helps, choose a career or to not take a career, that keep that in mind.
I rolled a 100.
Ooh.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. That's a warrior class. I believe that is
Warrior
warrior
priest?
priest.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
What's a
It
warrior
is.
priest? Do I need to?
It's a bald person.
Yep. There's lore that goes with that, I'm sure.
So warrior priests of Sigmar often shave their head, but you don't have to be a warrior priest of Sigmar. They do have rules for all kinds of different gods now.
If I pick warrior priest, I'm going to need a 4-hour interlude while I read all the lore
Well,
for my god.
Fair.
Fun fact. I don't want to get ahead in the storytelling narratively, but I actually have a god that you could worship who I could tell you all about. So, I mean,
Is its name on your character sheet?
You could no.
That was my question.
But you could go from being someone who used to have a religion, who's looking for a new religion, and I could help you find a new lord to.
Oh, I see where you're going with
So
this.
I mean, it's not me. It's not me. But there is a god.
It's not me, I promise.
You could
There
be
is a
losing
god.
your religion.
There is a god. Yeah, if you're seeking a religion, I could definitely proselytize to you about a specific religion.
Okay, well, I get 3 rolls, right?
Yeah.
I get one
Yes.
Not. I don't know.
more. 30.
I tried.
30
Isn't that what
is
you
a
rolled?
duelist.
Duelist.
Ooh,
Oh, that's kind of
duelist
like
would
a
be
fence,
fun.
right?
No.
No, duelist
Oh.
is nothing like a fence.
Dorby is a fence.
He didn't even have a rapier.
Not
I'm
a
almost
fencer.
duelist.
Oh.
A fence.
You are a
Gotcha.
duelist?
I was almost. I'm not.
I definitely know what
what'd you
that
pick?
is.
I'm
Like a
pre-
pawnbroker.
Mirmidia.
Like a
Oh,
Pawn
I
Star.
did pick that one.
Nope.
Okay.
Like you're good at
Pawning.
pawning objects and making forgeries and selling them and things.
That doesn't sound like a character I would identify with.
Do you want to roll any more
Nope.
for this? You did say you're going to embrace the chaos.
Yeah. Send her
So
out.
you did think about why is your fence on this expedition?
Right.
I can't wait till you roll terrible physical stats.
That would not be ideal.
Not at all. I think I'm going to go with my original character choice and go with a grave robber.
Okay, so just no bonus experience.
Yeah, no
but
bonus
going with
experience.
a career that you're more interested in. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a human fence, a human noble, a human grave robber, and
A human priest of Myrmidia,
Ooh,
not Meridia.
so you're also foregoing the bonus experience.
That is correct.
We don't.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't need that bonus experience. I'll
I
just
love
put it on
the
my sheet
idea
anyway. Just
Of a
kidding.
priestess of Myrmidia. So
I
this
mean, I
is
bet
from Up in Arms, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So you
And
got
sorry,
You look really badass, by the way.
she's so freaking cool. Like that's like literally what I'm going to look like is the picture from Up in Arms. But I was reading up on the lore of Myrmidia, and she is the human goddess of honorable war and civilization.
yes.
So going into the mountains, right, bringing like some order here, getting these greenskins in line.
That makes a lot of sense.
I love it.
This is very problematic.
Yes.
I like it.
All right, next up is everybody's favorite rolling for attributes. So stop rolling so fast.
He's Tim.
You did say,
For the
you did say
bonus
roll.
experience, you can gain 50 bonus experience if you just roll in order. The first roll is
Ooh.
weapon skill, the second roll is ballistic skill, so on. You can rearrange the numbers, assigning each to whatever characteristic you want for only 25. If you're still not happy with the results, either roll again and swap the rolls around with no XP bonus, or you could ignore the dice completely. Instead, allocate 100 points across the 10 characteristics as you prefer, with a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 18. I've never done that one, but that's up to you.
That sounded complicated. I'm ignoring it.
So most people will just go with the roll across. So for humans, they're nice and easy. All of the characteristics, other than the wounds, of course, because that's derived, are 20 plus 2d10.
And if I roll them in order, I just get what I get.
Yep. So as you guys roll and write them down, you can just give me highlights if you roll really high or really low for something, especially with what your career is. Like if Dani's Priest of Myrmidia rolls a really low weapon skill, that would not be ideal.
Well, I rolled a 16 as a weapon skill for a noble, so
Are you human?
That's pretty good.
yeah.
I just rolled a 40 toughness.
That is maximum.
It is.
That's dope.
That is
She could take hits.
pretty great.
So if I rolled 2d10 and got a 53 plus 20, I have a 73 weapon skill.
No.
D10, not
So
D100. That's
8 plus 20.
So 28.
Yep, that makes way more sense. I was like, there's no
Oh.
way.
My agility's not great.
So you
Not
take
very
hits, not
accurate.
dodge them.
That's fine. Why dodge if you could just take it?
11 plus 20 is 30.
What is math?
I know. I'm
7.
having a hard time with this 20.
Math is hard. We say that all the time on this show, these shows, this network.
What are you talking about?
What?
With the exception of my toughness, I am so average, or like maybe just slightly above, like 33, 32, 32,
Oh.
40,
Right.
34, 28, 34, 31.
31 is average.
Yeah.
On 20 plus 2d10. So anything
2.
above 31 is good.
I have.
So I rolled straight across. I'm just going to take them so I get 50.
Yes.
Yes, cool.
I am 20s and everything so far.
Nice.
What is WP?
Willpower.
Willpower.
That's good for, you can become like corrupted by chaos. So having a good willpower is pretty good.
It's good for not being scared too.
Yeah.
9 and 5 is 14.
Mhm.
34.
All right, so yeah, most things I've rolled are actually above 34. Just-
Whoa.
Yeah.
How dare?
I thought you rolled poorly.
No. I that was 16 before I added the 20.
I thought you were saying in general you rolled.
I do roll poorly, yeah. So I got
So you got to have good stats to make up for it.
yeah, apparently. Everything's quite high, with the exception of this is pretty hilarious. My agility and my dexterity are both quite low.
Ah,
So
Okay.
I'm a little clumsy, a little
Yeah.
oafish.
that's okay.
I like it.
So
You're
And then-
noble. You have people to
To do that for
be
you. Yeah.
dexterous for you.
yeah, and then also my willpower or my WP, whatever that is, Willpower, yeah, and also my fellowship are both a little low. So I'm also not really that strong in the mind or that's willing to be friends with people. So that all tracks.
Oh, and one thing that trips up everybody when they first play: I is initiative, INT is intelligence.
Mm-hmm. I have played some Games Workshop games before, so I am familiar with this stupid way of doing things.
Yeah.
I'm still going to get it wrong, which is why I rewrote them on my card.
Fair.
I love it.
My intelligence is actually 34, but everything else is
Nice.
under 20.
All right. So next up,
Well,
100.
everybody has all their attributes set.
Mhm.
Anything exceptional for the fence?
No, just kind of all right around below and
Exceptional
above 30.
confusion.
Yeah, it's pretty average.
Just a dude.
Just a guy.
Look like a man.
Look. Yep.
All right. Next up are your what people call meta points, which can be a little bit of a sticking point in this edition, but we're going to roll with it. So first up, don't write anything down yet. So as humans, you all start with 2 fate points. Don't write it down.
He said don't write it down.
Don't write it down. You all start with 1 resilience point. Don't write it down. I see you. Because you
pencil,
get
Dan. I can
3
erase it.
extra points that you can assign either way, 2 fate points or resilience. So mostly for Shaper, who doesn't have experience with this yet, fate points are super important. They're like extra lives. If you were to die, you can spend a fate point to not die. You can spend them to like not take damage. If you take a really big hit and it like would break your arm, you can say, no, I'll spend a fate point and not take any damage. They also determine your fortune points, which you can spend fortune points to reroll. All kinds of stuff up on the board you can do with fortune points. Fortune points you get back, you should get back regularly if I remember to give them to you. Fate points are like typically like the end of a big adventure. In the campaign, you can get a fate point back like basically at the end of every book,
Okay.
essentially. So they're super important. Resilience are really powerful as well, and you can spend a resilience point to determine the result of a die roll. Just choose a number, even if you've already rolled it. You can also spend a resilience to not become mutated when you get mutated,
Okay.
because it'll probably happen. Your resilience also determines your resolve, which is another meta point that you can spend, kind of like fortune, you get it back relatively regularly. You can spend to do things like, I'm going to ignore being frightened for a round, kind of thing. Or I'm going to use it to kip up and get up on my feet when I'm knocked prone.
Got it.
So you start with 2 fate, 1 resilience, and you have 3 points to distribute to either of those as you see fit. Most people just put 2 into resilience and 1 into fate to have 3 and 3. But if you want to lean more towards one direction or the other, that's up to you.
So we start with 2 fate, 1 resilience, and we have 3 points.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I said don't write it down yet, because I know you hate erasing it. when you don't
I
need
do
to.
hate erasing it. We're gonna go 4 fate, 2 resilience. I
Oh,
think.
I'm going
Whoa.
with 5 fate and 1 resilience.
Ooh,
So
I don't hate
much
that
fate.
at all. Yeah.
Well, it's actually my privilege.
Your fate is your privilege.
Correct.
Ooh, I love
That's
that.
good.
So, like we were talking before, Shaper, how elves are just better. Like they have, the only thing they get a little bit worse than humans. No, they don't get anything worse than humans. All of their stats are 2d10 plus 20 at least, but most of them are 2d10 plus 30 or 40.
Dang.
But they start with no fate, no resilience, and only 2 bonus points.
Well,
So like they kind of balance it that way a little bit. Everybody's movement is 4 because you're humans,
I'm surprised that elves start with no privilege, though. That is weird.
or because they're
We're
just
all
really good at
humans?
everything.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I like that.
Oh, come on.
Humans are just movement 4.
No, that we're all humans.
You could have. Nobody chose.
call
You want to be an ogre?
It's your own fault.
No, I know.
An ogre grave
I would
robber.
be an elf to change it up, but
Oh, fair.
I can't be an elf grave robber. They don't do that.
Well, not yet. You
Well,
could be the pioneer.
You could be a could elf. We don't know what could elves do.
That's true.
Hey, Dan.
What?
I'm not that mean.
All right. So as you put down movement 4, they say the next thing to do is determine your motivation. Actually, I like to get back to that after we go through like the 10 questions. Because as you fulfill your motivation, you get resolve points back, which can be major. It's usually something that you should be able to do like more or less every session or every few sessions.
Dan,
Mm.
sorry if you already answered this. So I have 3 fate points, so I have 3 fortune points. Yeah.
Correct.
I have 3 resilience, so I have 3 resolve.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing that back up, especially for Shaper.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. I forgot that. When I said to determine that, I forgot to say that you start equal to that. So that's your, and if you spend a fate point, your fortune points can't go above your current fate.
Okay.
All right. So for movement, 4. So on your sheet, you should put walk is 8, run is 16. That is yards.
That is miles, right?
Miles.
Just gonna run.
I think it also
miles
determines
real
how
quick.
far you can travel before you get exhausted,
Hmm.
or fatigued. Something about that.
Are we going to be walking days and days in the hot sun where we have to...
Days.
Survive
Get
the
exhausted.
days.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be.
You're going to be carried.
Definitely gonna be carried.
All right. Next up, it says determining advanced characteristics. So
Be careful here. This is where I got it all wrong last time.
looking at your career page, there are 3 characteristics marked with a cross plus sign.
What are mine?
Give me a second. You can allocate a total of 5.
74.
You can allocate a total of 5 advances to those 3, however you wish, to those 3 characteristics.
Jim, you're page 103.
And you're just
Okay.
changing. It's
I don't
for the fence
use
is
books.
initiative, agility, and fellowship.
Were you talking to me?
Yes.
They were what?
Initiative, agility, and fellowship.
So we have 5 that we can put in that advances.
And that just increases.
No, it just let me double check if I said advances.
Or do we change our initial characteristic?
That's a good.
If I recall, I think it is advantage or advances.
I think I said 5 advances, right?
I think so.
So these are the ones with
Yes, they're advances.
pluses in them.
Yeah.
So 5 total, spread them out how I want.
Yes, so you could put 5 in 1 or 2, 2, 1 or 2 and 3.
Do we have to put them in each one? We're going to put them all in one.
You could put
You can put them all in one.
Yeah.
And what, pray tell, is an advance?
So each advance is essentially improving that characteristic by 1%.
Got 1%.
Yes.
Okay.
Which can, and your characteristics are going to determine your skills as well. So like a point in like intelligence is going to improve all of your intelligence-based skills.
We're going to go all 5 in agility.
And a lot
We
of
rolled
times,
poorly
like,
for it.
you have to have a certain number of advances in those 3 characteristics before you can move up into your next career.
Yes.
Or, like, move up on the career path, I mean.
Putting all 5 into initiative because it was my highest natural roll.
Oh, nice.
I go first.
So
I
that
like
also
that.
determines
Which is
your
your
perception. So that means you're really good at noticing things.
My
as well.
perception is that I go first.
Nice. I like it.
I put 2 into agility so that I can just have a nice round 30
Oh, fair.
instead of 28. Because
I
I
did
just
that
don't
for
like,
strength.
Yeah, I just
Mhm.
don't like that. And then I put
Mhm.
1 in weapon skill and 1 in initiative.
Oh boy. So next is starting skills and talents. So we're gonna take a look at your species skills and talents first. So this is where I highly recommend using a fine tip pencil because on the skills we're gonna put a little S next to the ones that are your species skills because you're gonna get points to spend just in species skills.
Well, we're all
first.
humans.
Yeah, we're
just
all
read
humans.
it off.
Yeah.
Yes. So just make sure everybody's ready for that. First is animal care. Please let me know if these are
And that's-
advanced skills.
That's an
Advanced.
advanced skill.
So the first one is right. So you have to write it in on the advanced skills side and then put a little S next to it to note that it's a species skill.
That was animal care.
Animal
Yes.
care.
I'm going to get a dog.
I'm gonna get
You know what he's going to do to it.
You know.
Maybe not right away. Next is charm.
Right,
Which I know is basic.
You're basic.
So basic.
Cool.
As I sip my Starbies. Also basic.
You're
Very
cool.
cool.
Cool is an important one for like rolling against fear
Yeah.
and oppose tests for someone to like,
Intimidate you.
yeah. Evaluate.
That's
It's probably the
advanced.
fence's income-based skill.
Now, do I get the advanced skill even though it's not on my career?
So remember, you have to put advances in it to be able to use an advanced skill.
But I can still write it right now.
Yes.
Yes.
I want you to write it down, but if you don't put advances in it, you can't. So if it's an advanced skill, you can't even test it unless you have advances in it. If it's basic, if you don't have advances in it, you can still roll on it, but it's off your characteristic instead.
I just feel like that's the first time I'm hearing this.
Okay.
So our italicized skill on our career sheet, that's where we make our money.
That's your income skill.
Mine is lore, warfare. How do I make money off of knowing about warfare?
Because you're paid
No,
to
it's like
come up
TED
with
Talks.
plans and things.
Mm.
You're the strategist,
I like the TED Talk idea.
right? Okay, next is gossip.
Dead talks.
Gossip. Basic.
Was what?
Gossip.
Yes.
Ooh, that looks too much legacy.
Next is haggle.
Agile.
And the next two you can write in if you think you will take advances in it. If you don't think you will, that's fine. You can just leave it blank because
Is it Lore Reichland?
a language Bretonian.
Ah.
Ooh.
If you don't think there's any reason for your characters to know Bretonian, that's fine.
Wait, what do we know?
So it assumes default that you're from the Reichland or somewhere in the Empire. So like if you don't think that
So we
you would
speak
know
German?
Bretonian,
So we speak German.
yeah, faux German. It's called Reichspiel.
Reichspiel.
So then
Bretonian
also
is French,
language
right?
Wastelander, which is like the nation basically of Marienburg.
Where's that where Mad Max is from?
Yeah.
The Wasteland. Okay.
So again, if you don't think your character would know Wastelander, you don't have to write that one down.
Can you
I
give
don't
me like a 2-sentence description of what the wasteland is?
It's like Middenheim.
Nope.
That tells me literally nothing because I also barely know Middenheim.
So the
yeah,
Wasteland
yeah.
is an area that's like it borders the Empire. It used to be part of the Empire, but they seceded years ago. And it's like their own like nation that's basically one giant city. And they call it the Wasteland because it's a big marsh area.
So
And it's
this
a
is the
huge,
wasteland.
important port city called Marienburg.
Yeah, which is right here. And when we were on Southlands, we were way below here.
Okay.
Where are we going to be for this one?
So the
Grey
wastelands
Mountains.
aren't
The Grey
actually a
Mountains.
place where like derelicts go.
No, they call it the Wastelands because you can't really like build there because it's too marshy and
Where are the
swampy.
Grey Mountains?
That's where Gertie was from. The Grey Mountains.
Grey Mountains?
Yeah, the Grey Mountains border the Empire on the west, southwest,
Presumably,
between the Empire and Bretonia.
presumably there would be like noble like family intermarriage between
Huh.
different nations.
I feel like I could
Sometimes,
say that.
yeah.
So it's possible that I might be
Mhm.
trained in multiple languages.
Yes.
So I feel like we would
For
speak
sure.
Wastelander
Rich.
if the Grey and like Bretonia's right there.
Yeah.
I feel like we would probably speak that.
So speaking Bretonia would make a little sense here, especially for this expedition, because the Grey Mountains is between the two, so there might be Bretonians on this expedition.
I'm going to share this map in the Discord.
Bretonians
Yeah.
on my expedition? I
And
don't think
I
so.
Very cool.
I found it
Not
last
for
night 'cause
long.
we were up in the Sea of Claws.
Oh yeah. So next leadership is the next species characteristic or skill. I cannot talk today.
You got this.
I can do it.
I believe in you.
What do we got?
I really like this bookmark.
Ooh.
Just one.
That was a gift from Tao, a listener. Next is Lore Reichland.
Which is advanced.
Yep. So it'd be like lore parentheses Reichland,
The Reich lore.
Right, Lord.
which sometimes is very important.
Yeah. I've literally never taken an advance in it.
I always put one in just so I
so
can
many
pretend.
times I wish
Yeah.
I had. Just one. Just
Yep.
one.
Just one can be very important. I will say, so people don't feel like it's a gotcha later, it will not come up as much in this campaign as others.
Oh, you should
Okay.
definitely not have said that. That way they would have all put their points into it.
Yeah, I was
Well, now they're going to, because they're my players, they're not going to believe me and they're going to put a bunch of points in just to spite me.
That's accurate.
Mhm.
And then
played
ask
here.
them
Knows us.
all the time if we can use Lore Reichland.
And I'll be like, nope, you're not in the Reichland. Isn't
How about Lord Geology? Will that be useful this time?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we're in the mountains.
Uh-huh.
So.
Very useful. Gertie, where are you?
Or metallurgy.
I almost said that because I scrolled a little bit and went to the dwarf one. Next is melee basic,
You're basic.
Subbasic.
Not
which can so that melee basic covers any typical hand weapon like sword, axe, club, that kind of thing.
shovel.
Fence?
I know rapier would be melee fencing. That is a
Ah.
different group.
No, he means a fence post.
Actually,
that might be
the whole-
melee
I mean the
brawling
whole fence.
Ooh.
because they made a boat hook like Carl used to use melee brawling, which is interesting. And the last one is ranged bow, which would be advanced.
Nah. Well, nobles, maybe. Yeah, those.
Mm.
It's
No.
a refined weapon,
Yeah.
but I only use it to shoot hots.
Please talk like that forever.
I'm still workshopping it and figuring it out. We're not sure where it is yet.
So that's it for species skills. Then we have species talents. For Shaper, kind of like
75.
feats in D&D, these are just essentially bonuses.
He's just ignoring you now, Tim.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember what the previous thing was. I was just a bow. That's what it was. Bow.
Well, save that roll for a second. So first is doomed. As I say save that roll, then you roll again.
10.
So we all get the Doom.
We all get Doom
right?
talent.
Doomed. So what happens is there are wandering priests of Mor, the god of death in the Empire. very respectable.
Who's last?
And on your 10th birthday, you get a dooming, like a prophecy kind of read by the priest of Moor.
Happy birthday. Here's how you're going to die.
Is this
And
because we're human, because you're a bad GM,
No,
or
this is a
because we're in
human thing.
Doomstones?
It's a human thing.
What is the reason for this?
It could have been any of those three things, and I didn't know it.
So if you die in a way that kind of fits your dooming, how the talent reads is that you get to start with your new character with like more experience. But my philosophy is just, if you have to roll a new character, you just get the average experience of the party, so you're not like
Behind.
way down.
Mhm.
Because as written, you come back as a starting character, and I don't like that. So the
be
doomed
so
there is
hard.
more for flavor. So like in Gapapa, JB's character Bruno, his dooming is like
Saltwater.
something about salty waters will still thy tongue or something like that. So he's terribly afraid of the ocean and will not go in salt water. So there is a dooming table in like the GM book, I think. The little GM booklet they made. Actually, don't know if I have that in PDF. If people, you can make something up. I'm not really sure why they didn't ever put one in the core book, but
I also Googled a random Doom generator.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you Google WFRP Doom Generator, like the first link.
Do you still have it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just roll on it?
No,
hang on,
45.
Hang on.
72.
There's no numbers. You just click that button and it gives you a sentence.
Wait, hang on. Let me write this down, and then I'll do yours.
what's yours?
You shall have the last laugh.
Ooh.
I'm keeping mine because it's just funny.
I like that as a priestess of war.
Yeah.
Mine says this: "Thou shalt share thy grave with a dog."
What? And you're a grave robber and you want a dog? That's so perfect.
It was too perfect. I have to keep it
All right.
now.
That's
Tim,
amazing.
yours is indulgence in thy dark desires shall end thee.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
I got to remember that one.
Fences.
The fence's dark desire.
No,
I-
our
I-
fences.
I definitely indulge in
I'm
fence.
going to get your head stuck in a fence and then die of not
I'm
drowning.
gonna.
Yeah, can you
I'll
copy and
send
paste
it.
What is it
in
called
the
when you die because you
Doomstones
don't drink
Discord.
water?
Would you mind just doing one for me as well?
I got one for
Dehydration.
Defenstration.
All right. Shaper, yours is be not curious, only in ignorance art thou safe.
Oh,
That fits for a noble.
that is so, I mean,
Yeah.
I will
great.
also send it to
Ignorance
the
is
Discord.
bliss.
Ignorance
Yeah.
is bliss.
Those are great. Where's
I
that
wasn't-
from?
I wasn't gonna do this. It's the first link. If
Yeah.
you just Google WFRP Doom
Doom
Generator,
Generator.
it's the first
Yeah.
link.
That's amazing. Thank you,
Mhm.
whoever made that.
It was be not curious.
Yes, be not curious, only in ignorance art thou safe.
Be not curious.
Okay, so
What's
as you're
Dan's?
finishing putting those down.
Dan's doom is
Oh, I don't mind that. That sounds fun.
Katya's eye and vanity shall speed thee to death.
Cats.
Looks like Katya.
Cats.
It's
Yeah.
a name.
I think that's a
Heard-
minor god of the empire.
Mhm.
I'll
Like
do
an
another one.
underage god?
Death sings sweetly.
I just got stuck on the cat thing. What was the rest of it?
I don't know, but I did a different one for you. Death sings sweetly.
That's fair. All right. Next up.
Annie's gonna sing to you when she puts the pillow over your face, is what that
That's that tracks. You get a choice.
Like I did last night.
That was really funny.
There's
Wait.
some whores in this
Pause.
house.
Since we all like our Doom, do we have to like take it or spend points to get this?
No, it's
No,
just a
yeah,
ra-
we
it's
just get
a
it.
it's a species
Yep.
talent.
Okay, cool.
So like I said, it's more
Our talent is to be doomed. Yeah.
I play it more as a
Checking.
flavor thing. Technically, if you die in a way that kind of coincides with your doom, your next character gets bonus experience, but blah, blah, blah. So you can use it as roleplay flavor. So the next one is a choice. Do you want to be savvy or suave? Savvy is just
What?
+5 to your starting intelligence. Suave is +5 to your starting fellowship.
I don't want either of those things.
I'll be suave.
How can
We
I
don't
be?
want to have
savvy.
friends?
No, I just want to be dumb. Nobles don't have friends.
Fair point.
And so we just changed that initial characteristic.
Yep, just bump it up by 5. It's not an advance. It's just changing your starting
And it's either intelligence or
or fellowship.
fellowship. Wow. Hey, I don't like how smart my character is, but he's very smart.
How smart is he?
And now he's 37.
Pretty
I'm
smart.
Dang.
smarter than you are.
It's almost like the dice wanted me to be a wizard or something.
Wow.
I would say I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's
my
not too late
father
to change
wanted
it.
me to be a wizard.
Oh,
My father
yeah.
wanted me to
Yeah.
be a wizard, but
Okay.
I wasn't gonna do it.
is there?
Perfect.
Maybe not. Well, the next up is my favorite part of playing a human. you get 3 random talents from a table.
Ooh.
Yeah, Tim.
86.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Ha!
86 is suave. Plus
Again?
5 fellowship.
Nice.
Can you take it again? Like,
Yeah, I think
Did
so,
you
right?
well, now you can just choose savage.
No,
as
I
your
want more
species one.
suave.
No, it doesn't stack.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? It says times
Take
taken.
2, they're suave.
Does it say more than one?
I don't. The chart on my paper says times
Well,
taken, as in I can fill it in.
Well, so for talents, they'll tell you in the talent.
It says you
Max.
gain permanent +5 bonus to your starting intelligence characteristic. This does not count toward your advances.
Does it
Max
say-
1.
Max 1. There you go.
Sorry.
You only take it once.
Can I reroll
So
that one?
for no,
I don't want to be
all right,
smart.
fine. I'll let you re-roll it. Why not?
86.
That's the same thing you rolled last time.
23.
Okay. Flee
Yeah.
with an exclamation point.
That means I can
You're good at running away.
hell yeah. I'll jump over that fence all day. 47.
40 was 7.
Danny, what
Is it 41 or 47?
47. I thought
Night vision.
No.
You can see in the dark. You mutant.
That way you can see the fence that you're going to run over.
I'm going to tell you and remind you so many times that
I know, I
By
can't.
the way,
I'm so excited for that. So
And-
excited for you.
89.
89.
I-
Everybody's favorite, supernumerate.
Oh,
was
yeah.
actually great for a fence. What else did we get? I see. Shaper, do you want to tell me your rolls?
Sure, I haven't done it yet, but I'll do it. All right, we've got an 81.
Strong legs.
No. Never,
I don't remember what that one does. We'll look it up.
never going to use it.
I mean, maybe not. Sometimes these random ones just don't ever apply.
60.
60 is pure soul.
Mm.
I got pure soul as well.
Oh, that makes more sense for you.
And 38.
Is luck.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
No,
really
I
good.
think that's really good.
That's
Well,
a
that's-
really good
I
one.
feel like that's very appropriate.
Again, it's
think so
just
too.
applying your privilege.
Very appropriate.
I'm pretty sure luck is just like
You get an
a
extra-
bonus fortune point.
Mhm.
So I'll look up these talents quick. Master talent list.
I got linguistics, so that's cool.
So that's cool.
It's actually been a while since I've had a linguistic Alfredo.
Mm. All right, so flee. You do get its maximum up to your agility bonus times. It does give you +1 success level to an athletics test while fleeing. When your life is on the line, you are capable of impressive bursts of speed. Your movement attribute counts as 1 higher when fleeing.
You're just a big old chicken.
I like that a lot. What's the next one we need here? Anybody else need?
Yeah, I'll take another one.
No, you're
No, you can't have 4, Tim.
Strong legs, pure soul, and luck.
All right, luck was the next one alphabetically. They say when you were born, Renaud smiled. He's like the god of trickery and luck and
He's actually my book.
gambling. Your maximum fortune points now equal your current fate points plus the number of times you've taken luck. So you have 6 fortune points.
Okay.
Dope.
I hate that.
Wow,
That's so many rerolls.
That's a lot.
No, I thought it was I got to pick. Isn't it I get to pick the number?
That's resilience.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's resilience.
If you want to switch those around, you can.
But resilience isn't for so resilience is just you pick a die, like you just pick what it is.
Yeah, even after you rolled. So
But
if you're like,
but
I
if-
failed poorly.
Oh, I thought for sure you said that was the luck one, or the fate one. What's the fate one then?
That's like extra lives. If you die, spend a fate point, don't die.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
Unkillable.
Pure soul.
Pure
Unkill.
soul's pretty good.
Your soul is pure, quite resistant to the depredations of chaos. You may gain extra corruption points equal to your level of pure soul before having the test to see if you become corrupt.
Oh,
So this counts
nice.
as one time taken, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can take it up to your willpower bonus times.
Cool.
Which is
That's actually
kind of huge.
really
Yeah.
Kind of awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one more corruption point you need before you potentially mutate is a big deal.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Looking for strong legs, I think. Any other ones people need?
Perfect pitch, because I don't get it. I think I get to sing.
Sounds like it.
So perfect
get-
pitch is interesting because it's actually really good for spellcasters.
Or you're really good at sports.
Singing, apparently.
Yeah,
and
it's-
business meetings. Like your stuff gets funded every time,
Mhm.
I mean, that's very valuable stuff.
right?
So it gives you a bonus success level to entertain sing tests or language. Says total languages such as Altheran, which is the Elven language, Cathayan, and magic. So if you have language magic, perfect pitch is good for casting spells.
I don't have that.
Let's see. If you have perfect pitch, able to replicate notes perfectly and identify them without even making a test, further add entertain sing to any career you enter. If it's already in your career, you may instead purchase the skill for 5 experience fewer per advance. So entertain sing always counts as a class skill for you.
Is that a basic skill or is
No,
that
it would be
advanced?
advanced. So you can write it in on advanced and put a little C next to it as a career skill. That's actually pretty cool. So you like to, or maybe you don't, maybe you like to sing, maybe you don't. Maybe you're really good at singing, but don't like other people to hear you anyway.
I'll never sing for you.
I clearly sing when I rob graves, so
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe you just hum to yourself.
which means nobody knows.
That's why you get caught every single time.
Too bad you don't have.
Why are the graves wailing?
And then I
so
have-
many that start with S. I'm trying to find strong legs. All right. So you can take this up to your strength bonus times. So bonus is the tens digit of your characteristics. So like if your strength is 32, your strength bonus is 3.
Okay.
You have strong legs able to carry you great distances when you jump. Add your strong legs level to your success level in any athletics test involving leaping.
I'm a lord of leaping, as it were.
All right. Any other ones we need?
I also have Hardy for the record.
Ooh, Hardy's so good. It just
Mhm.
adds your toughness bonus again
I also
wounds.
rolled very resilient, so I got a toughness bonus on my base, and then I rolled
Nice.
Hardy as well. So I'm gonna take a bunch of hits.
Yeah, we got a couple tanks. What kind of things did our Priestess of Myrmidia get?
I got Hardy, so I have
Oh, geez.
an addition to my wounds of my toughness bonus, which is 4. So I have 4 additional wounds.
So you're starting with 12 wounds just from toughness. That's really good.
Yeah. I got linguistics, so I have a language bonus, which whatever. And then I also got pure soul.
Nice.
So
So like being a Priestess of Myrmidia, you could decide that you're from Tilia,
right.
which is like the whole, like she's very important there. She's kind of like the Sigmar of Tilia.
I was reading up about that on her on my little wiki page.
So the linguistics things make sense. Maybe Tilian is your first language and
Yeah.
Reichspiel is one you've learned.
Yeah, it's
If you want to be
uh,
from there. Or you
the
could just be Imperial.
Estalian kingdoms and the Tilian city-states. So
Or you could be a stallion.
Nay.
I'm going to be an ogre wizard.
You can't.
Okay.
Is there like a famous like
could be
wizarding
an-
school?
In Altdorf, there's the Colleges of Magic.
Is that like the most prestigious one?
Yes.
That's the Harvard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Or there is a University of Magics in Middenheim, but it's not like it
It's more
doesn't
like
have the
Yale.
same accreditations as Altdorf.
Right.
You could be an ogre butcher.
This is where your dad
Where
teaches.
they eat the pieces of things.
No, but I got into it. He had to pay a
spells.
lot of money to get me in because I'm not smart.
And then you ran away.
Yeah, I just didn't want to go.
Nice. Strong.
all right. Are we good with talents then
Random ones, yeah.
for the species?
I mean, I'll still take one more.
You already got your 3.
Okay.
You took 3. They're pretty big.
Can I have one more for Flea?
You already got Flea.
But I don't want to pay for it.
You didn't pay for it. It was free.
The Flea?
yo, I read right. Boom.
What?
Nice. Somebody can read.
That's the most exciting. Not that I think I'll need it much, but
So jealous.
All right. Next up is a super fun part. We're going to go to your career page. And you're going to mark the 8 skills listed under the first tier of your career. I want you to mark those on your sheet with a little C for your career skills. If they're not listed, you have to write them in as a advanced skill. And then you get to apply. Oh, before we do that, sorry. You choose 3 of your species skills and give them 5 advances.
Give them each 5?
Yes.
3 species skill, 5 advances.
Yep.
Wait,
You just choose 3, they get 5 advances. Boom.
each.
Yeah.
Total 15.
Yes.
And is there any reason to mark it if I have like a skill from both like an S and a C? Should they both be on there for any reason, or does it just matter?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if they're not a class skill, as we're spending experience, it costs more.
We're doing Charm, Cool, and Melee Basic.
What is
Nice.
evaluate
basic.
is for values of things?
Yeah, so like you know how much uncommon things might be worth.
What are my class skills, Dan? I rolled a 57.
You don't have to roll for that. After you choose 3 skills to give 5 advances, you're going to choose 3 skills to give 3 advances.
Hang on.
Too many directions. Slow down.
Yeah.
Can we choose some of those same skills?
I need extended
Yes.
time.
Really?
It doesn't say choose 3
Time and a
different
half,
skills.
Yes, please.
So you can give some skills 8.
Yeah, we'll do that with Charm, Cool, and Melee Basic.
So anytime I use my spear, I'm testing on melee polearm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So I don't really want to put a ton into melee basic.
What are my class skills, Dan?
I'm getting there.
For my 3 basic skills, I chose gossip, haggle, and leadership.
Yeah, haggle makes a lot of sense for a noble. Tim, charm,
Nice.
consume alcohol,
Nice.
You and me both.
We're going to be so good at this game.
dodge,
Duck.
evaluate, and that is your income skill.
Okay.
If you ever
Okay.
roll it,
So we get 3 at 5
and then 3 for
at
3.
3. Okay.
And they can be the same. It doesn't
Danny and
say
I are
just
taking our
3 different
extended time.
skills.
Yep.
Gamble,
I feel like I need a
Nice.
separate location.
gossip,
There's too much happening on that side of the table. We're clearly special minimal distraction.
Haggle?
location.
haggle, and melee basic.
It's going to
Okay.
be very cool.
And then while we're on your page here, Tim, you get to choose one talent to start with.
Yes.
There is Alley Cat,
Uh-huh.
Card Sharp, Deal Maker, or Gregarious.
What do they all do?
All right, help me remember those as
What
I
do
go
you
through
think
the
they do?
PDF.
Gregarious is really
It's
good
like
at
Gertie.
having
Curious
friend
likes
named
being
Griggs.
people around.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, you're a great host.
I know that you're a fence,
Mhm.
but I have the skill fencing, so
Ooh.
Oh, do I don't get fencing as a fence?
I can outpost you.
No. All right, Alley Cat. You get bonus to stealth urban test that I don't think you have anyway. You are at home in shadowy back streets. When using stealth urban, you may reverse the dice of any failed test if this will score a success.
Will we ever be in the thing that you described?
Maybe. You don't know.
Some
You're
could
going
say
in an
that a
expedition into the
dungeon-
mountains.
A dungeon is one big alley.
That's actually very
It's dark.
true.
It's creepy. People die there.
I'll
This
give
is
you a
solid
hint.
logic.
The adventure is called the Valley of the Doomed.
We're
Alley.
gonna be
A valley
outside.
could
It's
be
the
an
alley of the
alley.
doomed.
Like
That's what I heard.
the belly button?
What's the next one? Gregorious.
Card Sharp was the next one.
So the talents listed on our career sheet, we get all those talents.
You get to
right?
choose one to start. You get one for free.
Danny, take 2. They're small.
Oh.
No, you can buy more with 100
So
experience.
bless means that I can like
Cast
cast
magic.
blessings.
Yes, you get the little blessings. They're awesome. They're not miracles yet, but blessings. They're like petty spells for wizards. Card Sharp gives you bonus success level to gamble and sleight of hand tests when playing card games. You're used to playing and winning at cards, although your methods may involve a little cheating. When you successfully use gamble or sleight of hand when playing cards, you can choose to use either your rolled success level or the number rolled on your unit's die. So a success roll of 28 could be used for +8 success level. If you play a real card game to represent what's happening, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
And
So it's like impact for gambled tests.
yeah. What's gregarious?
Deal Maker would be the next one alphabetically because that's how they're listed.
Fair.
It gives you bonus to haggle tests.
Okay.
You're a skilled businessman who knows how to close a deal. When using the haggle skill, you reduce or increase the price of the products by an extra 10%.
What does gregarious do?
That's the next one. And the last one. I wish we
Actually, I don't care. I'm taking gregarious.
because you love all your friends named Greg.
Yeah,
And Gertie.
that's true.
So this gives you bonus to gossip tests with travelers. You just like talking to other folk, and it seems like they like talking to you. You may reverse any failed gossip test if this allows the test to succeed.
They'll take
That
gregarious.
also seems like the most useful one.
You know what's really funny right now? Like our last 2 characters were like problems together in a sibling sort of way, and now I'm a grave robber and you're my fence.
Maybe you guys work together already.
Maybe.
All right. Okay, so we've got everybody did the three.
I did the
three
species thing.
species skills that get 5 advances and 3 species skills that get 3 advances,
Yes.
right?
Oh, this is also species skills get 3 advances.
Yes.
Got it. Sorry, I'll put them into character skills.
So the next part is mark your class skills for that first tier, and then you get to spend 40 advances across just the class skills with no more than 10 advances in any one skill.
Okay, and I do have a question about one of them.
Mhm.
One of my class skills is play, and I know that the answer to this is it's supposed to be an instrument.
Yes.
But can I make it something else?
Like?
A sport that I invented.
I'll allow it.
Okay, excellent.
You're playing a sport? Sure.
I'm able to play a sport.
Is it in the rules as written, probably not, but I'm going to try to be a nicer GM with this one.
Wow, that's so nice. It's the new guy advantage, right?
What it actually means is like there's going to be some heinous stuff immediately in this game. He's like, yeah, I don't care. You're dying episode 1.
Well, but I
You're
actually
gonna die in episode 1.
Are you a noble with a toughness bonus of 2? Because even he didn't die.
That's true.
I'm also very excited because one of my talents is luck, so I'm gonna take luck again. So that'll take me up to 7 fortune.
Oh my God. All right. Yeah. So 40 advances, no more than 10 advances allocated to any single skill at this stage.
The skills only include the listed ones, not like
Only
weapon,
your class skills.
not weapon skill or
Correct.
Those are characteristics. They're
Okay,
attributes. They're called.
attributes, right?
Yeah, only class skills.
Okay.
Not if there's only a species skill, you can't use these advances here.
So it can't have more than 10 in it from just this pool of 40 or
Yes.
including the ones we got earlier as well.
It says with no more than 10 advances allocated to any single skill at this stage.
Okay.
So I can't put
Max
all
it.
40 into my sports.
Right.
Correct.
So if you already have 8 in your melee basic,
I can add 10 more.
you can add 10 more.
You're basic.
Okay.
Because you're not allocating more than 10 at this stage. I think is how I read that. It all kind of balances out because as you're spending experience, they get expensive quickly anyway.
Right.
So like if you have 15 advances in it, you're going to be spending a ton of experience to make it better.
Why did I write E next to that one?
Because it's for everyone.
That's definitely not why I wrote that.
E is for you and me.
E is for Eeyore.
He's for easy.
Thanks for noticing me. I said that last weekend at the convention. For some reason, I can't remember, but it actually fit. And I thought it was really funny.
You're really funny.
Thanks.
Looking. Got him.
Man, I walked right into it too.
I like this stage because I just put ones in front of things for the 10. I'm just going to pick 4 skills and give them 10.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Right?
So just mostly for Shaper, to advance to the next tier of your career, you have to have at least 8 advances. No, at least 5 advances in all of your starting skills, and at least 5 advances in your starting attributes, and 1 talent from that tier, which you get 1 for free anyway. So you can, with these advances, get all of your skills set to be ready to go to the next level of the career. You just need to get enough experience to buy the attribute bonuses.
So I have to have 5 in each of them.
Yes.
Got it.
And we're going to start with 2,000. So most people actually get into their 3rd tier, depending on what you want to buy. To go from 2nd to 3rd, you just have to have 10 advances in at least 8 career skills and 10 advances in what becomes 4 attributes. And then again, a talent from the 2nd level. We'll get there.
And my perfect pitch made entertainment sing a career skill.
Yes. So
But
you can
it's-
put points into it with
But it's
this.
an advanced skill.
True.
Okay.
But it
But I-
still counts as like advancing your career.
Can I put some of these 40 in that?
Because it counts as a career skill.
48.
Good job.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
So super dope. We're doing group advantage, and I have the prey skill.
Mm-hmm.
So it says in combat, if your GM deems it appropriate, considering your circumstances and faith, you may use prey to meditate and focus your mind. Each round you spend praying in combat, and making a successful prey test gives you +1 advantage.
So we'll give the group +1 advantage.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I thank you for reminding me. I was going to say that at the start of like the campaign proper. I do plan on using the group advantage rules in this campaign, which isn't going to mean much to Shaper because he doesn't know what the other rules are anyway. Mostly for the others.
So is there like a menu of things that we can like spend the group advantage on?
Yes, that's all in the Up in Arms book,
Nice.
and I can print out. They like condensed it onto a sheet. I can print out for people when we need it.
I'm not a caster in this one, so like I'm all about group advantage.
Fair. Not having a magic user makes that easier. It's pretty cool stuff. And my big thing is that with this campaign, there's a lot of combats that have multiple enemies.
Mm.
So that makes it a lot easier for me to keep track instead of keeping the track of all the advantage on each one for me. It's a little selfish, but a lot of people like this system more than individual advantage.
Clams are a little shellfish too.
But I'm going to say, just to make sure it's clear, I'm not going to keep track of your advantage. That is the player's responsibility. If you forget how much advantage your group has, that's on you. So if you want to get put a giant D6 in the middle of the table to keep track of it or whatever, or D4, it only goes up to
I actually
4.
have a giant not giant, but I
The
have
foam one?
a large foam D6 upstairs. I can
Oh, that's true. So when it gets to that part, I'll go into more details about how it works. But the whole point is that you gain and then spend the advantage to get bonuses.
Cool.
Are we good with career skills or not quite?
Hang
Those
on.
40 points. Yeah.
51.
So as she's finishing that up, I
Okay,
will.
hang on,
We're
I'm
going to
done.
move on to trappings, which is your stuff.
I like stuff.
So first off, you get class trappings.
Wait, what about talents?
Well, you get to
talent.
choose one talent from
Oh.
the first level of your career. There should be 4 at the first level. You just get to pick one for
I
free.
gotta look up what I mean now.
Do you have a name yet?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Is it Rob Graver?
Nah.
Okay.
Oh.
While she's looking those up, what names do we have? I can write them down so
Mine's
I can
blank.
start to forget them. Do we have any names?
I'm torn between 3, but you guys discuss.
I have like a very long name.
Oh,
Are you ready?
I might. Let's see if I have room on my paper
You don't.
because I didn't write you last.
You don't.
You don't. Presenting,
Do I need to write presenting?
yes, presenting Lordling Cedric von Ponce, 11th son, protector of his lady's chastity, second of his name, chosen of Nuffle, the master of recreation.
I got presenting Lordling.
That will be the entire campaign
You can-
right there.
Yeah, you can just call me Cedric.
Oh, Cedric.
Yeah.
Can
Not
episode
Cedric.
1 be titled Presenting?
Presenting.
Just so I make sure I have this right, how do I spell Ponce? Ponce?
PUNC. Von
Okay.
Ponce, if you will. please.
Yes.
Cedric von Ponce.
Cedric von Ponce.
Lordling Cedric von Ponce.
Very good.
11th son.
Hey, Tim, did you take criminal?
I didn't. Do I get criminal? Can I have criminal?
No, it's
Wasn't
one of
one
the.
you might
one
be
of
able to
the
get it later.
Talent choices.
I'm gonna be Gregory Arius.
That's not one of the worst ones you've come up with. Let's be honest. How do you spell Arius?
I'm supernumerate.
How do you want to spell Arius? A-R, I'm
hold
assuming.
Let me write this down so I can
Oh,
see if it
God.
looks dumb or not.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, it's not great.
Gregory
I can't with this table.
A-R-I.
I just know that because his name is Gregory, you're going to call him Gertie so many times on accident.
Yeah.
It's also a trap for that. A-R-I-O-U-S.
I'm gonna fall into it all the time.
Yep.
I'm just going to call you Greggles.
Greggles.
Giggles.
I don't,
Giggles.
Done.
mine Greggles as a nickname. It's on the character sheet now.
It's O-S-E-E-R.
A-A-R-D. V-A-R-K.
The way you said that, like, Greggles has a nickname, it kind of sounded like the Oscar Mayer
Oh, that yeah.
jingle. Jess, do you have a name or not yet?
Hey, you and
Hey,
girl.
you.
You and girl. All those people have addressed me as such, and therefore it is my name. You, girl.
That's what you go by?
Yeah.
You introduce yourself as, hey, you, girl.
People usually go, hey, girl. And they go, yeah.
The Lady HG.
That's how people talk about her. She's not going to tell you her name. You kidding?
You were hired on this expedition. What name did
I wasn't
you get?
hired. I joined while you were walking.
Okay, so you're more of a camp follower. You're not officially part of
Oh,
the
yeah.
expedition.
No, I just showed up one day.
So when I say, like, when it's Jess's character's turn in combat, let's say,
Hey, you.
if I say, Greg, it's your turn, what would I say?
Greggles.
I really love the idea of him just shouting, hey, you across the table.
I think that's what it needs to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you, girl.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't know. Tim, you're a bad influence.
Yo, yeah. How many episodes later? Yeah.
Hey, you, girl. Oh, my God.
You should just call her Wench.
How you going to add that
Wench.
to your Discord name? Jess, Liliana, hey, you, girl.
It's going to be one word. Hey, you girl. Also, if you call me wench, I might hit you.
Okay, go with that. Good to know.
We
I'll
good
I'll
over
definitely
there?
call you Wench then.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Do it.
What are you looking up right now?
I'm.
Accurate?
No, I don't know.
Verbs? Adjectives.
I'm just looking up names because now I don't know if I want to be Tillian. I just
Oh,
want to be of the Empire.
What's
She's
the Tillian
thinking
with you?
very hard, unlike the rest of
you
us.
can come back to
Yeah.
the name later. That's
There's definitely
fine.
some seriousness that's being brought to the table.
Yeah, I might have an actual name for you later,
just be-
but that's just the one she goes by and isn't willing to give her name up to anybody else.
As a GM, I'd appreciate knowing your real name, and I
Yes.
won't give it up unless
just
you
gonna-
want me to.
Give a
You gave it up to
Yeah.
Ben last night.
The GM seat I did, yes.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was down in this seat before I even came in the basement.
That's hot.
Uh-huh.
that's ooh.
Yeah.
All right, class trappings. So your class associated with your career, those looking in the book will be at the top of the page there. Shaper's looking right at it. What is your class?
Class, courtiers.
Courtier.
Oh,
Okay.
Got it.
So under trappings, I'm going to give you a list of things you're going to put there on the back of the sheet.
He said top of the page, and I refused to understand what he meant.
I can see you're still looking at
I
the
also-
middle. No, the top of the page.
I looked and it said noble. I'm like, well, you already know I'm a noble. All right.
All right, so trappings go on the back of the sheet there. So as a courtier, you get courtly garb, a dagger. You can add that to weapons.
Nice.
A rapier, if I hopefully.
A hat.
Courtly. Oh, excellent.
You can describe these clothing as you see fit.
Hat.
Oh, I'm sorry, hat was under burger. You can buy a hat later if you want.
You don't get a hat.
Ooh.
You get a pouch containing tweezers and an ear pick and a comb.
Ooh, ear
Ooh,
pick.
vanity kit. All right.
Fence, what are you? Peasant?
Rogues. Page 103.
Okay. So you get clothing,
Nice.
a dagger. So go under weapons instead of trappings. A pouch.
Pouch.
You can put stuff in it.
Like an ear pick.
Well, maybe if you buy one or
Okay.
steal it.
Can't use mine.
A sling bag containing 2 candles.
Hell yeah, candles.
Actually, it's the same thing that Lucky started with because Witch is also a rogue.
And a voodoo doll.
2 candles, D10 matches.
One.
Oh, do you want me to roll for that or do you want to roll for it?
I'll roll.
Do you want someone else to roll for your candles?
I want 2 people to roll.
One.
It's
One
1
die.
D10.
Yeah, I want 2 though.
4.
4 matches.
Okay. And a hood
Something like
or a mask.
Mask.
And you can describe the
Mask.
mask. The mask is like a gaiter that you pull up over your nose kind of thing, or is it a mask that you pull over
It's a
your
Phantom
eyes?
of the
like
Opera.
Batman?
Yeah,
Yeah, which way is
I
does it go?
like more the gator.
No, Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, I think Phantom of the Opera.
Gravedigger.
It's a picket fence shaped Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, one side he's Greg and the other side he's Arius.
Oh, there it is.
Grave robber. You also a rogue?
Yeah.
So same thing. Clothing. Why did you writing this down at the same time?
Because I forgot I was the next page of the book.
Oh, that's actually really handy.
That
So
is
she can
convenient.
tell you your stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of me going back and forth this PDF that
No,
looks
mine.
super slow.
I don't know where that information came from. It does not say that on my page.
Well, this stuff is in the other page, like near the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so clothing.
Yep. Dagger.
Under weapon, put dagger. And then back to trappings, get a pouch.
Can I roll your matches?
Yeah.
Sling bag containing 2 candles
7.
and 7 matches.
Sling bag with 2 candles. 7 matches. Haha.
And then
matches
hood
for you.
or mask.
The opportunity missed. You could have had the 2 mirroring sides of the side masks. You could have yin and yang with your side masks.
Ooh.
I mean,
And then warrior priestess, are we ready to give you your trappings?
can I
Yeah.
roll her matches?
She's just she's still
Clothing. Well,
looking
she's
at-
a warrior class, so she gets different stuff.
Oh, 2d10 matches.
Clothing,
Clothing.
hand weapon, so you get to choose. For Mermedia, probably a sword, but that's up to you.
What about a spear?
Spear's not a hand weapon, it's a pole arm.
Dumb. You're right. Okay.
A dagger,
Dagger.
and a pouch.
Pouch.
Put stuff in.
Like an ear
And then
pick.
I get my career trappings too. Right?
And then you get all the trappings listed under the first level of your career.
Tim,
Yes.
you get a hand weapon,
Nice.
stolen goods worth 3d10 shillings.
I'm gonna roll that one.
No.
In the dice tower. Oh wow, I rolled 3 1s. Actually, I rolled 2 1s and a 10, so 12.
All right.
Would you roll to tell me how much my jewelry's worth?
What's the roll?
3d10 gold.
Oh, nice. Gold.
Yeah.
For the first tier?
Mhm.
Wow. I rolled well, 18.
18 gold worth of jewelry.
Fancy.
Not going to get robbed at all.
Certainly not by the fence.
I am at no way, shape, or form going to kill you and take them out of your grave.
Any other interesting trappings?
Joke's on you, I won't get buried.
I did get a spear in my first level.
I
so that's
thought
cool.
you would. So you have a hand weapon and a spear.
And a dagger.
Yes. What else does the fence get besides
That's
stolen
It.
goods?
Hand weapon and stolen shit.
That's it.
That's it. Hand weapon, stolen goods worth 3d10 shillings.
So you can kind of, for the stolen goods worth stuff, you can kind of make it up in your pouch there.
Okay.
Think of it kind of like it's a handy mouse tool we could use later.
Okay.
You don't have to decide what all those stolen goods are right now, unless you want to have a list ready. That's up to you.
Nope. I'm going to save it for later.
Cool. So yeah, trappings.
I have a hood, a hand cart, a hooded cloak, a crowbar, and a tarpaulin.
What's a tarpaulin?
A tarp.
What's a tarpaulin with you?
To like cover up the grave while she's in it so
gotcha.
she can get rained on.
Yeah. Or to
And
hide the
then
bodies.
once you're done recording
stop.
your career trappings, you get your starting wealth that is determined by your status tier. It should say right next to the name of the first level of your career. So like the fence is probably or the grave robber. What's the first level like?
Brass 2.
Yes. So you start with 2d10 brass pennies.
Gold 1.
So you start with 1d10 gold coins, or sometimes known as carls.
9 and 9 is 18.
Nice.
Where do I write that?
2 gold coins.
Sorry.
I'm silver
Four.
too, so I start with
Wait.
19
So
silver.
What's mine, Jess?
Probably like
Are
brass 2 or
Gold
3.
3, probably.
Silver 1.
Whoa,
Nice.
1d10 silver.
Where do I write this on my sheet?
I think it's next to your trappings.
1 silver.
Nice.
Well,
So
Killed it.
Yeah.
D?
So
I
that's
saw the 10. I was like, oh, you rolled a 10.
Oh yeah,
Right?
D is pennies. So super easy money system. 1 gold crown is equal to 20 silver shillings, which is also equal to 240 brass pennies,
That's
which means
So
12
simple.
brass pennies per silver.
so simple.
I from what I understand, it's based off of like old British money with
Sure.
shillings and
Sure.
whatnot. I just if only they just changed it to 10 pennies were a silver,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's 12. Because the
Wow.
20 silver per gold isn't bad. To math that out is pretty easy, but the 12 pennies is where it gets confusing.
I have a backward question about one of my career skills.
Okay.
Stealth any.
Yes.
What are my options for the any?
It's usually urban, rural. You can choose like
Parkour.
forest.
Can I choose
Mhm.
dungeon?
How about alley? How about alley parentheses?
Like, how specific can/should I be?
Let's see how it's worded in this master skill list here. Stealth. Because there are limitations to it. All right, so specializations, they list rural, underground, and urban. So underground sounds perfect.
Okay. And why is it in italics?
That is your income-based skill. So if there's downtime where you're just trying to earn some income, where you like, oh, it's been a week, you just make a skill test using your income skill, and then you can, if you pass, you gain your status in money. So you would gain, again, 2d10 brass pennies.
Okay.
It doesn't come up in our games a lot because these campaigns as written don't typically have a lot of downtime worked into them.
And I really want to do endeavors and they take a week and Dan just tells me no all the time.
I've said yes.
we only
before.
ever have 6 days.
That's right.
That's not a week.
It's not.
It's like he plans it that way.
I just followed
How
the book,
long
man.
rotation of the planet is in this particular,
It's a good question.
I mean, in this world, it could be 5 days.
right?
Could be
Same.
anything.
Even a boat.
Could be whatever I want.
Danny, I'm really impressed at how much research you're doing right now, and it makes me feel underprepared.
Oh, I just want a good name.
All right, next up are personal details. First up
Yeah.
is age. Now, this we could roll for.
Yes.
If you don't like the result, you can just pick an age. That's fine.
Do we lose experience?
Nope, this doesn't have any. We're done with things that get you bonus experience.
Okay.
So this one is like if you roll, I don't want to be 16. That doesn't make sense for my character concept. You can just pick an age. But typically humans are 15 plus D10. But like I said, if you want to be later in life,
17.
go for it.
15.
A 17-year-old
19.
fence?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Remember again, you
And
are
need a
gaining
fresh coat of paint.
2,000 experience. So you have been doing this for some time. So if you want to be like 15 plus 2 or 3 or 4 D10 or something, or you just 25 plus
say-
D10, anything like that. You
I
can
rolled
do.
15. I'm like, I don't think I'm 15.
You can't roll 15.
I rolled
15
0.
plus, well, that'd be
So
25 then.
Oh,
Yeah.
25. Okay. I forgot.
But again, you can just choose your age if you want. So you're sticking with 16?
17.
17, sorry. Priestess, did you roll?
I'm 19.
Keeping it?
Keeping it. I
Cool.
feel like I've been
Children.
raised in the Church of Meridia, so it makes sense.
Okay.
How old is old in this game?
The Warhammer
30.
world, like in your 20s, is like veteran. Like 30s is like middle age.
So
Like people can live to their 60s, 70s, 80s, but only if they're in like very like noble families. You're going to have that old crone that's 105 because she's never stepped foot outside of their estate.
Yeah, I just got it. I'm the eldest sibling, and no, I want to be the youngest son, but I was gonna say I could be eldest sibling in succession.
So in the book, it says average natural lifespans are around 60 for a human.
Yeah.
Yeah. So That's more than I was.
What's the next thing I roll? What are my eyes?
Ugh.
8. I have 8 eyes.
Eight
Pale
eyes?
gray.
Pale gray?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so those are, it's 2d10. Did you roll 2d10?
Nope.
8 plus.
4.
It's 12. Brown.
Ah,
39.
A 2d10, please.
12.
Thank you. Brown.
Damn it.
2d10 plus what?
Are those
Nothing.
my eyes?
What
What did
eye
I just
color
get?
are you looking at?
Reichland human.
9.
A 12 is gray.
Oh, you're right.
oh yeah.
What? Why did I say brown? I can't read.
Because you hate
I don't
me.
know.
Yeah, what did you say?
9.
9 is pale gray.
Oh, you're going to say brown.
Still brown.
Wait, so mine's are just gray and his are pale gray?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
He's got lighter eyes than you.
Tim, you rolled a 12.
Myrmidia,
Yeah.
Priestess of Myrmidia? Are you just
Correct.
rolling your own since you're looking at it too?
Yes, I have
What'd you
gray eyes,
Oh, wow. Everybody's
Wow.
got gray or pale gray eyes.
black
Wow.
hair.
Well, it makes sense that I had the palest ones.
If we're rolling 2d10 for hair color, or again, you can just choose
6.
16.
golden brown for 6. 16 is black,
Nice.
12.
is dark brown.
No.
But again, if you'd rather just choose one, go for it.
All right.
Height.
Yeah,
5.
Where is that in the book?
I beat Tim.
13.
Oh, that's 2d10 plus 4'9",
What?
which is really difficult. So what'd you roll?
13. So does that make me?
Say 13.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 5'10",
Gross.
because it's
That's
a foot and an inch.
I
disgusting.
got 11.
This guy, I hate it. I'm like, oh.
So 2 inches shorter than that. 5'7".
That's how tall I am.
No,
in real-
5'8". Man, I can't math today.
13.
So 5'10".
We're the same height. Disgusting.
Nobody real tall or real short. What was Shaper?
Tim, it's like we could be
I am
siblings or
6'1".
something.
Right?
Oh, we got he's a tall noble. You literally look down at everybody.
Yeah.
I love it.
Down his nose.
So weight is not something you can roll for. They don't have a table for that.
I'm
so you
rolling
can
for it,
just
though.
Choose.
There's not even a space to put weight on this paper.
Yeah. So I like to
So
think
you-
of it as look at your strength and toughness to factor that in. If you have real high strength and toughness, I think you would be heavier, like probably more muscle mass. If you're strong, toughness can kind of go either way. If you feel like you should be more heavy set or just you're an adventurer, so probably more on the lean side, that's totally up to you.
There's nowhere to write this, therefore I don't care.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
It can be character deciding though, because like Bruno's size decides a lot about his character and actions
It's true.
and how people treat him because he's awful. Not due to his size. But,
I have
well,
to fit
that
into the grave, so I'm
factor in.
not fat and I need to crawl myself out. So if I'm heavy, I can't get out anyway.
makes sense.
I think I'm fat.
A little pudge.
I like
No.
that even better.
Oh,
He's
a lot of
I think
punchy.
I'm well, I'm not like jowly, but like rotund.
Ooh, rotund. Maybe not like that.
Not like that, but
All right. So next up
he has the permanent blush. His face is always ruddy.
are the ambitions. We have short-term and long-term ambitions. So ambitions, they're not to roll for.
13.
Short-term ambition represent your immediate goals. They are outcomes you wish to achieve within days and weeks, possibly sooner. Under normal circumstances, a short-term ambition should take at least 2 or 3 sessions to complete. So examples are ruining the reputation of a romantic rival, avenging a fallen comrade, befriending a reclusive scholar. I'm going to have us pause on that until we start the campaign proper, so you know
Yeah.
exactly where you're starting
Yeah.
off.
I like that. Thank you.
Long-term ambition, you join the expedition or following the expedition for some reason. Maybe you want to make a name for yourself. Maybe you want to make a name for your god. Maybe you're just trying to find cool stuff to sell to people.
Maybe it's a 37.
I mean, this could help decide your long-term ambition, and completing your ambitions gives you more experience and things like that.
We haven't spent those 2,000 extra
No,
XP yet, right? Okay.
not yet.
Can I borrow 1,000 of your extra experience?
Wow, that's a
Heck no.
lot.
Okay.
Maybe if you were my twin, I'd still say no.
Okay.
Because we need the sibling banter some more, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And for party ambition, for right now,
Probably like a rave.
I want you to write survive.
The short term or long term?
For party long-term ambition. For now. We'll save the short term.
Oh, I wrote all this in the party stuff.
Nuts. And achieving ambitions, achieving a short term will grant you 50 experience, or achieving long term So that's really important. It gains you 500 experience. And it says that you can either choose a long-term ambition or retire the character because you've kind of achieved your goal. So again, we can decide those as things get started, as you get to see what the campaign, where we're starting and everything. And so with these 10 questions, we'll help decide a bit of history about your character, personality, and things like that. This can all, however much you want to divulge to the party and whatnot. If it's like, well... And things that you could say here could be completely untrue about your character if you have a different idea. Maybe that's just what you present to people. That's up to you how you want to describe it. So these are the 10 questions that I love in these games. Cubicle 7 does a really good job with these. The first question is, where are you from? Do you come from one of Reichland's bustling towns or a sleepy village? Perhaps your childhood was spent on a remote farmstead, or maybe you called the winding back alleys of Altdorf home. Do you hail from a deep mountain hold, or were your days spent threading the roads and riverways of Reichland, always on the move? So if you don't want to be super specific, that's fine. If you don't want to say I'm from a city, I'm from a small village, I'm from the coast, I'm from a town in the mountains, like you can be a little more vague about it. You don't have to say I am from the east end of Altdorf in a tenement.
What is the biggest city?
Altdorf is the capital of the empire, the largest city.
What's the second city?
The second largest is probably either, I'm not sure exactly, either Nuln, Talabheim, or Middenheim.
Marienburg.
Marienburg's not part of the empire.
Okay.
So Middenheim is up on a big rock. Talabheim is actually in a crater from either a volcanic eruption or like a meteor hitting a long time ago. And Nuln is the city known for like producing artillery and things of that nature.
From a newerly developed city called Dichtendorf.
I want to hate it, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of works. Dichtendorf.
But no, we'll be from Nuln.
Okay, cool. So Nuln is part of Wissenland, the province.
That's interesting because I'm also going to be from Nuln.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Let's just all be from Nuln.
Because my family is a military arms manufacturer.
Oh,
I like that a lot.
Yeah, actually.
Nice.
I love Nuln.
I'm from Tilia.
Okay.
I have a name. I have a name and I have where I'm from.
Are you from Maragliano or from a smaller place in Tilia?
Yes.
Maragliano is the capital city.
Yes.
Parmigiano Rigliardo.
Nice.
Very cool.
Cheesy.
All right. And our...
I'm going to just join the party of Nuln, but not from the city itself, like all around. Because
from the outskirts?
Yeah. I'm like, I travel around it. I don't go in so much.
Fair.
Because, graveyards and stuff.
Okay. So 3 people essentially from Nuln, 1 from a whole nother nation to the south.
Like
Tilia.
the Southlands?
No.
Oh,
She didn't settle anything.
gotcha.
So Tilia is like the Warhammer equivalent of Italy.
Oh.
Yeah. I was born in the Empire-ish.
I thought you said you're from Tilia.
Well, my family's from the Empire. I was raised in Tilia.
First generation.
Okay, so you got to think of reason why did your family immigrate to Tilia? It's not a safe journey.
It's not.
It's a long way to go. All right, next up. What is your family like? It may take a village to raise a child, but it's your kin who do the heavy lifting. What were your parents' occupations? Are they still alive? Do you have any siblings? Were you close, or were you constantly at one another's throats? Grandparents, nephews, nieces, cousins, children even? Does your family approve of your career choice? Are they proud of you, or are you a stain on your family's honor?
Got this.
Well, my dad was also a fence, but my mom was a wall.
God damn.
It's already old.
It's not going away, Dan. It's not going away.
I know. I mean, he rolled it, so we have to roll with it.
Mm-hmm. Tim saw an opening and he took it.
In 2nd edition, they used to have a table to roll for siblings based on your species, and it was great because the halflings were like 3 plus 2d10 or something.
It was wild.
It was really funny. Elves was like, a d5.
I'm one of 10.
You just roll for it?
Mhm.
Damn.
Did you roll 2d10?
I rolled a D8 and a D10.
Wow. And you have 5 siblings. That's a lot.
9.
9 siblings.
I'm one of 10.
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't listen.
Unsurprising.
I was thinking of something else.
And I am the oldest.
Okay. So yeah. So what are your families like? Typically, I kind of go around, but if anybody just has ideas,
Bunch of losers. They're all zeros.
so Shaper said his family were arms manufacturers.
Yes, so
in
we
Nuln.
are a noble family in Nuln. Very large family. I am the second son, but the 11th child overall.
Whoa! How far apart is your brother? Are your brother and you? Are there like a bunch of sisters
Well,
in
there's
between?
clearly. I mean, I'm the second, and there's. Yes, that's true. I suppose like the brother could have been. Let's go with the brother was firstborn though. So
Okay, so there's. I lost count, but a bunch of sisters.
a whole bunch of
between you
sisters
and
in between us. Yeah,
him. So he's quite a bit older.
quite a bit older. Yeah, he's actually dead now because I'm
Oh.
old. Because I'm old.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm 48.
Oh, I don't think we
Wow.
established that. So you're
Yeah.
so you're 48.
17.
Gregory is 17. How old is
22.
Hey, you girl is 22, and we don't have a name yet for the.
I have a
priestess.
name.
Oh, you do.
My name's Alda.
Alda.
I'm
Alda.
19.
Small
How do you
things.
spell? And you're 19.
Yes, ALDA.
I was gonna go for a young child, but then when everyone else was young, I was like, nah. That's...
I already forgot what Hey You Girl said.
22.
22. All right, so you are, I mean, twice as old as the next oldest person.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So your older brother is already dead.
Mm-hmm.
So will your parents?
Most of my sisters are too.
Your parents are no longer living.
yeah.
So are you in charge of the family estate
No,
now? Or?
God, no, not at all. No.
And that's why you're on this adventure?
Yeah.
So as your family made their money so maybe way back in the line, there was like a famous blacksmith or something
Sure,
that
sure.
created something great.
Well, more likely they probably Elon Musked it. They probably just bought somebody else's great blacksmithing skills.
Right. But that's how you make your money, is the sell of weapons and things.
Sure,
So maybe
yeah.
your family helped to bankroll this expedition.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds great. I mean, as a matter of fact, that really fits with why I'm here. So, yeah.
And you get maybe everybody.
Maybe I
has-
talked them into it.
Everybody's dagger is made by the
Ooh.
Von Ponces.
The Von Ponce daggers, yeah.
It's got
That's how I
a
know we're part of
VP
it.
on
And they're
the
actually
pommel.
really bad daggers, and they'll break as soon as you use them. Yeah.
Shoddy craftsman.
Everyone's like, oh, these Von Ponces.
So I know nothing of my family originally.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I was orphaned and raised by the priestesses of Myrmidia
In Tilia?
in Tilia.
Okay.
Yes. But I know that my original name is like a Reichlander name. That's why my first name is Alda. My last name is Medina, which is a very common, like, generic priestess of Myrmidia surname.
Okay. So you kind of take on the name of your goddess instead of like your own.
Yes.
Interesting. I like that. But you don't know anything. Your family is
My
the
family
other-
is they're the priestesses.
the other
who raised me.
priestesses and nuns and
Mhm.
people that lived. Were you in like a convent essentially?
Yes.
But it's like a warrior's convent
Yes.
from Myrmidia.
But not just for the sake of bloodshed and gore, as like Sigmarites and Ulrichians like to fight. We have strategic battle.
Strategery.
Yes. Myrmidia
Um,
blesses those who use their minds before their brawn.
So do we
It's
have
a good sound. It's a good sound.
trying to see, you were looking at the book earlier. Does the book have an alternate like human starting stuff for a human of from Tilia?
I don't know, man. What are you talking about?
Effort. He's talking about effort.
What?
I've put so much effort into this, Dan. I haven't thought this hard about a character ever.
I'm just thinking because like a bunch of the other books have like, if you're like the Middenheim book has alternate rules to be a Middenlander instead of a Reichlander to start.
Right.
So slightly different species skills and talents. So I was curious if this book had that for Tilia.
For the Up in Arms book?
Yes. Which I believe it does. There's a chapter on Tilia and Tilian characters. So we could change that up a little bit. Especially like you should speak Tilian or
Yes.
Tilean, however you want to pronounce that.
Tillamook.
But maybe does it not include that? I didn't see a stat block there. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll look back at that.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I would allow you to swap out the language Bretonnian or language Wastelander. Here it is for language reptilian. So I did actually find it.
Okay. What page is it on in that book?
55.
Characteristics that aren't one of your class characteristics just cost double if you grab them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have to have, I mean, for when we spend experience for these before we get started, we'll assume that you had access to some kind of mentor to teach you.
Okay.
All right. So family. Hey, you girl or Gregory.
Mhm.
Got ideas?
It's big.
Your family's big.
Yeah, it's really big. They're kind of cold toward me.
Do you interact with them often still, or are you kind of like a black sheep?
I kind of touch base with each of them like once usually, and then I'm usually done with them, and then I kind of leave them alone.
Do you touch base in that you like stand on their grave and talk to their gravestone, or are they still alive?
I mean, they don't talk back. They really don't like me all that much, but it's cool.
That didn't answer
don't
my
even
question.
like me.
That's kind of creepy.
I don't even like me. There's a couple, but there's mostly friends.
Okay.
Adopted family. We'll call it that.
Gregory's family has a bunch of really small businesses, and I provide them with a lot of their wares by being a pawnbroker.
Okay.
So when people trade in their really crappy VP daggers, I take the name off and say they're a different brand, and then they sell them in a small shop.
I like that a lot.
Yep.
All right, next one. What was your childhood like? Was your family home full of love, or was it a cold, inhospitable place?
Cold. Usually
coddled?
inhospitable.
Were you coddled, or did you have to fend for yourself? We know Shaper's answer there. Were you educated? If so, by whom? A tutor, a family member, a village school, local priest? Were you trained in the family business, or were you sent from home, fostered elsewhere, or raised in an orphanage? We know some of these answers already, but if we want to expand on that.
Yeah. Yeah, so Cedric was ignored because he was so late so late he was born that his elder brother already had everything invested in him. And so basically Cedric was completely just treated as just forgotten. The nannies raised him completely.
You're useless to me.
Completely useless child, and no effort was put into him. And his father actually paid to get him into a really fancy school just to like get a good name on him, but just to get him out of the way as well. But then my elder brother actually died, and so did my parents. And so then it was expected that I was going to pick up the mantle of running the family empire, but I'm an idiot. So I've basically been ruining the family empire by not really doing much of a good job running it because I'm an idiot.
So maybe one of your sisters that's still alive has
All of
tricked
them.
you.
All
of your sisters are alive?
They're all alive, and they're all very smart women, and they're all very capable women, and they all are very frustrated that they don't actually have, because of course patriarchy, they can't actually.
So I was gonna say, in the empire, they could have taken over the family business and estate. So maybe what they've done, and maybe you assume.
Well, my parents are very, not like that.
Right. So maybe in their will that you took over
Yeah.
because of their will. But the sisters want you out because you're ruining everything. So
Correct.
they've kind of like tricked you into this expedition as a way to like advertise for the family. Basically, you're providing these weapons and you're going to be help bankrolling this just to get you out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
and they've
works.
taken over.
That works. I mean, it's also, I really want this expedition, so it all works out.
Sweet.
It all works out. But yes, so yeah, the point being is that my family hates me.
Oh,
That's very sad.
are you aware that your family hates you, or are you?
I don't think I care.
You don't care.
I feel like you've been left.
I think I'm oblivious.
Okay.
Yes, I think you've been left to your devices for so long
it just
that you
doesn't
just like
yeah.
whatever.
You just don't see it.
I just don't. Yeah, it's they never cared about me, so now whatever.
That makes it better, less sad.
Well, I mean, it's still pretty sad. I mean, tragic is the goal.
What's the what's kind of the premise of the expedition?
To discover and map out more of the Grey Mountains, to find more passes between the Empire and Bretonia and to the south.
That's what they tell you, but
To the border
I'll tell you the
princes?
real reason later.
So I'm gonna change one detail about my character. I'm from
You need me to roll for it?
city. Yes, if you don't mind.
Is there actually a table in there?
I rolled a 2, a 5, and a 1.
Okay, thank you. So I'm actually from the city of Lucchini because The doomed thing is largely like an Empire thing. It doesn't
I
make
saw
sense
it
that I
had
would have
Doom
done that.
Fertillion characters, yeah.
But they do that in Lucchini. So on my 10th birthday, I was both doomed and I was given my first spear,
Oh, nice.
which is very exciting.
When you were growing up, did you wrestle or anything at all? Were you a luchador by any
Oh
chance?
my god. So if you want, I will allow you to have that childhood spear be your hand weapon. Be like
Okay.
just a short spear that you can use with one hand that would
Cool.
count as a hand weapon.
Yeah.
In addition to your like adult spear.
Yeah.
So did anything major change with her becoming Tillian instead of Imperial?
So there are different talents. Like I said, you don't have to take doomed. You can take argumentative or fisherman, cool-headed or suave, and then 3 random talents. I'm just going to keep the ones that I rolled.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect you to
Yeah.
re-roll the talents.
But as far as skills, it's a lot of the same: charm, cool, evaluate, gossip, haggle. But the language is Arabian, Reichspiel, Estalian, Lortilia, and then ranged goes from bow to crossbow,
I do like that.
and also sail.
So
really cool.
Sale.
I'm assuming you took Reichspiel? Because you have to put at least one advance in Reichspiel to actually speak it.
Yes. Yeah, so I'll take that. Sure. I'll swap out language Bretonnian for language Reichspiel.
And you get language Tilia as well. It says replace the option of language Wasteland with language Tilian.
Yeah.
Or that's slightly different. Well, your native language is Tilian.
Yeah.
But you have language Reichspiel as well, so you can
Mm-hmm.
communicate with these Reichlanders.
You all sound so stupid to me.
They're Wissenlanders.
Oh, boy.
but
I'm just kidding. I don't think I'm going to go that way.
They
Oh,
do
no,
still
go-
speak Reichspiel.
Go that way.
That's going to go,
It'll last one episode.
It's
and you'll
going to
be
get
like, I'm
offensive
done.
real quick.
Oh, yeah.
It's a me, Bill Cosby.
Listen, maybe we should just all do offensive accents.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Paywall for a reason.
All right. Childhood. So you grew up in the temple.
Yes,
cloister, whatever you
the
wanna call
Temple
it.
of Myrmidia in Lucchini.
So was it like a harsh place to grow up?
Oh,
Did you
no.
feel loved at all?
I felt very, very loved. Myrmidia, the blessings flow upon those who are cool-headed and not impulsive. I'm going straight to Mina.
You're going right to Mina.
So to
Yep.
Mina,
Maybe you should just go
redirect.
with the Italian accent.
maybe. I don't know, man.
Otherwise, you're just going to become Mina
It's so
in
hard.
voice.
No, the priestesses there, they were very devout and followed the rules, but as long as you followed the rules, there was no issue.
Not going to slap you with a ruler.
No, they slap you with a spear instead.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
The flat side, right? I'd hope.
It depends on
Maybe.
how
Oh
bad
yeah,
you are, I
it depends
guess.
on
Maybe.
the
infraction.
yeah.
Did I feel loved? Yes. Did I feel love as a normal child? Probably would. No.
Did
But
you-
not knowing the difference, I don't know.
Fair.
There you
Did
go.
you feel loved
Yeah.
by Myrmidia?
Yes.
That's the
very,
important
very,
part, right?
Myrmidia has blessed me greatly, and that's why I'm on this expedition to
Loved by Myrmidia, not by the nuns.
Yeah.
Got it.
a little bit. Yeah.
So a little more mechanic than the bringing your character to life thing, but
Yeah.
did you take the bless talent? Are you able to
Yes.
enact blessings with
Mhm.
the prayer skill?
Sure can.
That is dope.
It's really cool. I'm
Very
excited
cool.
about it. I can
so-
invoke terror. I can have the terror quality on myself.
What?
Yep.
From a blessing?
That's actually real dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does it say what blessings you get access to?
It's right after the
Part where it says Dani's always correct.
That's weird. That's in the book.
I didn't know that.
Miracles of Myrmidia. I can do dismay foe. You embody Myrmidia in her most wrathful of aspects. Gain the terror 1 creature
So
trait.
those are miracles. You'll probably get access to
it.
those with our
Miracles.
starting experience. You need the invoke talent to do miracles.
Gotcha.
So the bless talent gets you access to blessings. I think might just be in the core book.
Okay.
Myrmidia is probably listed if you look under religion.
I think I know your short-term ambition. To be terrifying, like Myrmidia.
Yes.
All right. Gregory or hey you girl.
What
I
about it?
can't remember that.
Yep.
Childhood. What was it like?
I lived it. There were people, and I moved a lot, and people taught me stuff.
So you haven't lived in Nuln your whole life, or have you lived in like areas around Nuln?
All the places around and in, maybe sometimes. Once I think they told me we were in Nuln.
I like her already.
Yeah, good childhood. Kind of like Weasley-ish, whole bunch of kids. Everyone
You
trying
too?
to make money. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of jacks outside.
Had an eye for numbers, so found a place within the family business or family business size pretty quickly.
Oh.
But busy. Kind of latchkeys.
Business.
Yes. Business.
Like when it's so small, is it really a business?
Yeah, the thing is like it's shocking how much stuff we found that fell off of trucks when there are no automobiles.
Fell off the barge.
Yeah,
Just onto the shore. You didn't have to go in the water or nothing.
correct.
Or it could fall off the wagon.
I'm not clear if you aren't doing like millions monthly, and is it even business?
I mean, technically,
Would you call that business, or is
like-
it a hobby?
I think any transaction is business.
Yeah.
So we transact. So by default, it's business.
We transact.
Yeah.
There's different levels of success in the business.
So really, you're a transactor.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Yo, one of my blessings, I get the blessing of fortune. Your target's next failed test may be rerolled,
So many rerolls.
but the reroll must stand.
Okay.
So
So
that's
remember
how you
you
get
get
eight.
to,
so you want to get 8 rerolls? Because
Yeah.
here we go.
remember you have to make a prayer test for that. So you're
Right.
going to want to pump points into prayer probably.
Yes.
So next one here. We know this for Von Ponce. Why did you leave home? Trying to promote the family business on this expedition.
No.
Do you still live in your childhood home or did you leave? If so, when? Were you drawn by the promise of excitement of life in the big city?
Yes.
Are you in search of riches or renown?
Yes.
Are you running from something or
No.
trying to find some meaning or purpose in your life?
Why would I do that?
Yes, no.
No, I'm going because I can.
And you're just following, right? You weren't actually hired. We've established.
I mean, define hired. I found some stuff for some people, and then I buried a body, and they were glad about it. So it's good. You just can't leave a dead person on the side of the road. Nobody likes that.
It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
I am out here just, tactically helping with this expedition.
Oh my God. I can't wait for you to be like tactically all the time.
Tactically. In the tactical sense.
I tactically failed this skill check.
Yes. It's all part of the plan. We're just going to see how this pans out. But it is one of the expectations as a priestess of Myrmidia that when you're young, you go out and you kind of like spread the word, helping to establish this like civilization, keeping things orderly,
Okay.
not overly chaotic. So it was a good opportunity. And the priestesses thought that I would be well suited for this kind of adventure.
Is Alda, does she have good fellowship? Is she good at evangelicizing?
Evangelicizing, my fellowship's a 30.
So, man,
It'd probably be better.
you could
but-
bump it up. Is she very evangelical or is she more like showing through actions?
Showing through actions.
Okay.
She's not going to be like, oh, you are all heretics for, following your bloodthirsty gods. No, it's just the proof is in the pudding, as they say.
But she's a warrior priest, not a
Yeah.
preacher.
Correct.
Dig it?
Actions,
Gregory?
Actions speak louder than thoughts.
Establishing
Louder than pudding.
Yeah.
another town and more trade routes just seems to make a whole lot of sense. So going along, especially if there's money involved, seems like a great idea.
Were you hired as part of the expedition or are you following?
I was hired.
Okay.
Because
As?
a
Depends.
supernumerate, as an accountant.
Okay. I like that.
As a
accountant.
mentat.
Yeah.
He's an accountant.
As an
Take it,
accountant.
So for the record, my family did fund this, and the reason we funded it is because it's a pet project of mine.
Mhm.
So
Do we all know that you funded it? Is that like
I don't
public
know.
knowledge?
Do they know that I funded it?
Are you boisterous about that or you keep that under wraps?
No, I definitely would be talking about it.
I figured.
Okay.
So you know.
I think
Even
that's
the camp
yeah.
followers
Yeah.
know.
So there is the reason that my sisters are approved it, which would be whatever fits the narrative design of the game. But that's not why I signed off on it. Because again, to be clear, my sisters make all the decisions, but they need my signature on everything because that's just how it works. And so basically the only way they could get me to do it was to sell me on the idea that I could fulfill one of my lifelong projects, actually my only lifelong project, as part of this project, as part of this. So the actual reason for why the thing is happening is whatever my sisters say it is, but I know why I'm going on it, and it's not why my sisters said.
All right. To give a little more information about the expedition itself, you're like helping to bankroll it. It is led by the Crown Prince Hergard von Tassenink, who is actually from the province of Ostland, which is up in the northern part of the empire where Nina from Gapapa is from. So you're, for whatever, somehow your families have some kind of connection, even though
I'm sure
you're
they do.
pretty hundreds of miles apart, if not
Rich
1,000 miles
Rich
apart.
people.
Right. You probably do business together in Altdorf, which
Probably-
is where
probably my
this set
cousin.
out from. Maybe you're distantly related somehow, potentially.
Aren't we all?
So like maybe you spent a lot of time with Hergard while on the
I try
expedition.
not to.
You try not to. Okay. So like he's a crown prince. His father is an elector, which is like one step below the emperor. Super, super important. So rubbing elbows with him would be a big deal to you.
Yeah, there's a bunch of tryhards though.
That's so good. I forgot what province he was from for a second, but all right.
Tryhardia.
Did we hear from Gregory about this one?
What was the question specifically?
Why did you leave home?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
in business.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. You just said it.
I mean, I
I
would
forgot immediately.
I would assume your character pretty much just has like money falling out of his pockets all the time if he's
You know, I don't keep track of it.
I can't
Yeah.
help but picture him like Prince John from the animated Robin Hood.
so yeah. There's certainly opportunity on this. So we'll send.
I can actually show you exactly what it looks like.
Dan, do you mind if I go back and switch from savvy to suave?
No, that's fine.
Thank you.
Should have told
That
her.
makes sense.
Should have told her no, and then she'd have to switch it out for super argumentative.
Mm.
Is because Savvy was an Attilian one anyway, right?
Correct. But I just want suavis for fellowship. And I would rather have a higher fellowship than higher intelligence.
Okay, cool. All right, next up is
Mr.
who
Brennan.
are your best friends? I like that you said Mr. Brennan.
Backfire that time.
While you cannot choose your family, your friends are another matter entirely, and you can tell a lot about someone by the friends they keep. Do you have any friends from childhood or friends you've made since leaving home?
Yep.
What do you do together? Drink, gamble, debate? Are your allies in your party your best friends, or do you eschew civilized company in favor of a loyal pet?
I wish I had a dog.
So remember, you'll have 2,000 experience to spend. I will let people
By dogs.
potentially buy different trappings and things within reason. While we're spending that starting experience of 2,000, if it brings you into other levels of your career, I'll let you get those trappings for free.
Hi.
And like, if you want a dog, I think you could have a dog. Animal care is a human skill, so like, it would cost more to put points into that.
What animals qualify for animal care?
Than
Is it a HMO or a PPO?
Didn't you want a dog?
I mean, maybe a raccoon.
All right. Is that your best friend? Your pet raccoon?
No, I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Yeah. So who's your best friend?
My shovel.
Does it have a name?
That's what I'm telling you.
Hey, you shovel.
Do you sing to your shovel while you're digging up graves?
No. Of course not.
Don't be
He has
weird.
no ears.
Does your
Come on.
shovel do excellent accompaniments to your
Mm.
singing?
Sometimes.
You hear your shovel sing back?
No. Percussion.
You keep the beat for your singing with the shovel?
Makes sense.
Do you sing the song from Pocahontas?
No.
Dig up Virginia, boys!
What's Pocahontas?
So I know you were talking about potentially having like a working relationship with Gregory. Is that something that the players are?
Yeah,
are
if you're a
setting
grave
up?
robber, I would assume we probably work together.
Yeah. You buy my stuff. It's great.
Yep.
I don't tell you where I get it from. You don't care.
Accurate.
Does that make a friendship, or is it more just like a working relationship? Since
Best
he's
friends.
part of the expedition and you're not,
Best friends.
she thinks it's best friends. Does Gregory, or is he just a supplier?
It's an incredibly profitable friendship.
Buy my stuff. You're my friend.
Okay.
Well, then we should be best friends ever. Except that I wouldn't buy your stuff.
Then we're not friends.
Doesn't seem like a loss.
For you.
Correct.
Friendship is complicated.
Mhm.
And it can greatly complicate things in life. However, it is nice to have companions and feel that companionship. I imagine I did have some people I spoke to at the convent, but know,
I'm going to assume none of them are with us now. Do you have any
No.
current friends?
no, not really. Imagine this is kind of like I haven't had time to make friends.
Okay.
Just like,
It's a long
my
process for
way.
Alda.
yes,
She's not used to people, so
right.
other than those she grew up with.
Yeah,
Are you friendly?
sure.
Okay.
She thinks she's friendly.
Does she think she's friendly or is she,
thinks
friendly?
she's friendly.
Does she have RBF?
Probably very much. And she's always
Mm.
like thinking. So it's a lot of that like
Assessing.
scowling,
Yeah,
constant
She's-
face.
strategizing.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
constantly. And like
Yeah.
that's everything for her is framed in this like way of like strategy. So like basic conversations, you have to have a strategy
Mm.
to like have a conversation. So it is a little like exhausting for her to like small talk. Absolutely not. Like cannot. No.
So she's basically autistic.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
Definitely. I got that vibe. Just
My character is friendly in this she always shows up kind of way. So like if you're doing things, I might just like scuttle up and be there. And then sometimes you might get confused because I'd start copying you. And it's funny to me.
okay. I like that.
So you had friends back in the convent.
Yes. Which is more like friends by association. Would we have been friends under different circumstances? Probably not.
But you don't really have friends now.
Correct.
But you're like friendly enough
Right.
that you have a bunch of acquaintances.
Yes.
Like you know people in the expedition and outside of it.
Sure.
What about Von Pons?
Well, I do have a contact list. That's kind of like friends, right?
For a noble, yeah.
Just let me get out my Rolodex.
Yeah, I've got a Rolodex.
No. The help was gonna get
Actually,
the Rolodex. It's too big.
It's my Rolodex. My Rolodex. But no, being as Cedric was, the unwanted child, so late in the line, nobody cared about him. He never really was like socialized. Raised by his nannies, he wasn't like no time was spent in getting him into any. He had a private tutor. So he grew up around adults like his entire time as a kid. So he doesn't really have any sense of how to be friends with anybody.
We're
He's
all
a-
socially awkward.
Yeah, he's also incredibly like just like out to lunch because he just lives in a fantasy land and his entire life is actually about. And so people will talk to him, and when they're talking to him, he'll just kind of like wait for them to finish talking, and then he'll say what he was going to say in the first place, right? Like he's very much he's off on his own thing. But he does have a very good friend. Because there's one person who's been with him for over 35 years, which of course is his manservant, Giuseppe. So Giuseppe will always do whatever he needs.
Is he Bretonian, Giuseppe?
I haven't figured out. I don't know much about Giuseppe yet. I haven't figured out Giuseppe's arc yet.
It'd be really great if he was Tillian.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm open to groupthink on that one. I haven't figured out the deal with Giuseppe yet. So.
Are they actually friends, or again?
I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, and clearly, Von Ponce thinks so, but also Von Ponce doesn't know what friendship is, and this person is, Von Ponce doesn't pay him personally, but obviously this person.
How old is Giuseppe compared to Von
Giuseppe is
Pons?
probably like the same age, right?
He said he's been his manservant for 35 years,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Okay.
he's also much older than everybody. But he's an NPC with the party, so we know that don't get too attached.
Oh, I have 7 fortune to spend on Giuseppe.
Gregory, any friends?
Yeah,
So, hey, girl.
friendly with everyone, honestly. Especially in
Would you say that you're gregarious?
yeah, that's a really good way to put it. I got it on the nose, actually. Yeah, so he's friendly with everyone, but just kind of that like retail friendly with everyone.
No heart-to-heart communication in this group whatsoever.
Correct. But he has his best friend is Marc, and Marc works at the fence store with him.
Is he like?
He's actually a fencer, not the one you're thinking
He
of.
builds fences.
He builds fences.
Okay,
Fences are us.
Yeah,
and is he
it's superior fence.
like
what
works
it's
for your
called.
family?
Huh?
He works for your family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Because he kind of like scopes out places that get robbed and stuff. You know what I mean? They're putting up fences. He knows how to get in. And
Right.
type of
Okay. He works on the security part.
Mhm.
What is your greatest desire? What is the fire that burns in your heart? Your ambitions may be your chief goal, but ambitions are often prosaic or banal. If you could have anything at all, what would it be?
I haven't had banal in years.
I didn't want to say it.
Or is it
I was
banal?
Banal, yeah.
Ah, dang it. As I said, I was like, I don't think that was right, but I'm just going to keep going.
Hope nobody paid
Freudian-
attention.
Freudian slip mine?
My desire in life is banal. Yeah. All I've ever wanted.
The room is lit by fiery braziers. Banal.
Oh my gosh.
Stupid words.
It's a secret.
Is it safe?
Only if you don't know it. Secrets can be dangerous.
So your greatest desire is secret?
Mhm.
Even from you?
Yes.
Oh. So you don't know what you're looking for?
Nope.
But you'll know it when you find it?
Yep.
Oh, so you got to look everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
There it is.
Absolutely.
Short-term ambition.
Find the thing you're looking for.
Mhm.
Figure out what you're looking for.
Mm.
Find the figure.
I think my greatest desire is just to make the priestesses back home proud. You know, they work really hard to do the thing that they do. And I know that a lot of people in the Empire, it's not that they don't appreciate it, but they're just not as well versed about it. So I just want to live a life that reflects Myrmidia in a positive way.
Okay.
It can bring recognition to those great people. That great woman.
Great.
I want to go legit eventually. You know what I mean? Just do enough jobs so that you can just do an actual job.
Do you find inspiration from Von Ponce or?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Foolish.
So you
Yeah,
actually
probably.
look up to him
Yeah.
as
It's like,
maybe
obviously,
not as a merchant himself, but his family.
he's obviously doing well. He must be doing something right.
Oh.
He's
Okay.
just funding this
You're always so
expedition.
disappointed in me.
We always are disappointed in the nobles.
Yes. Well, Von Ponce, as a child, invented the greatest game ever. A beautiful game. And it has been his life goal to make it real, and no one wants to play it. So he is going to build the ultimate sport training camp. And at his ultimate sport training camp, he will teach his game. And that is actually what we are on this adventure for, my friends. We are looking for the pristine location.
Very important question. You might not be able to answer it. Maybe you don't want to answer it. Has Von Ponce ever actually played the game?
Of course, I have 5 points of advantage in it.
All right. You have played this game.
Of course.
That's amazing.
I won every game too.
All right.
Because I have 7 rerolls.
So many rerolls. One of my favorite questions here. What are your best and worst memories? We are the sum of our experiences. They shape and mold us, forging us anew. What are your most treasured memories? An afternoon of glorious summer sunshine? A passionate kiss while huddling from the rain beneath sheltering boughs? A victory scored in battle of wits and brawn? What are your less fond reflections? A painful humiliation? A scheme thwarted? The end of a long-term partnership, romantic or business or banal? The hatred, disdain, or worse, disinterest of your peers? I may have added a word in there somewhere, but.
I can't imagine which one it was.
So best memory, worst memory. And the either of these could be from a distant past. It could be something you're trying to forget. One of them or both could have happened while on this expedition. I will say at this point, you've been on this expedition for weeks.
I think my best memory was that 10th birthday when I got my dooming and I got my spear. That was really awesome and a big step in that next level. Go ahead.
Can you remind us what your dooming was?
My dooming is you shall have the last laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She doesn't sound like a very humorous person yet.
No.
Does that factor in because of that dooming? Does she try to keep things very stoic and
I think so, because there's that fear. Any laugh could be your last one. So
she's taking it extremely literally.
So literally.
If you don't laugh, you can't have your last one. It makes all the
Exactly.
sense in the world.
Yeah.
Has she ever laughed?
That's awesome.
Oh, sure.
And
Okay.
it freaked
Yeah.
out every time.
But
She's not so serious that she won't laugh.
No. She will laugh on occasion and probably generate laughs as well, whether it's of her own efforts or not.
Well, she's trying to get people to laugh.
Yeah.
at it.
Yep. Like bad memory. I feel like probably, but she got her ass kicked once during like a combat training thing. And like that was like very disgraceful and disheartening to her. So.
Okay. Sure, she's had a pretty easy life so far.
It hasn't been bad. As far as orphans go.
It's about to get worse.
There are worse places to grow up than with the priestesses, for sure.
Fair.
This is the hardest question.
Right.
This is a tough one. I like
Yeah.
it.
Well, I've got answers, so I can.
Oh, go for it.
Let's hear it.
I'm thinking still.
Yeah, you guys are still working on it. So, well, obviously, his defining memory was as a child. So this is the thing: is when you're super rich and you are a kid, you have a lot of people who are paid to be around you, and they're paid to be yes men, right? So he actually had like a bunch of adults who were his friends who were paid to be there with him when he was a kid, and they would do whatever he wanted. So that's actually how he invented his sport, was that he just came up with a game to play with his friends, and they all said, "Oh, this is such a brilliant idea. You're so smart." And he was like, "It's great, right? This is the best thing ever." And so he actually had an entire league of servants playing for him as a kid. And they all said it was the best game they'd ever played. And that's why he thought, oh, this is a great game. Like they all said it was the best game they ever played. This is obviously the best game ever. And so that is his greatest memory is realizing that he was a genius and that he had invented the greatest game.
Wow. I love
That's
this.
amazing.
Yeah.
But then his worst memory is that shortly thereafter, he decided that he needed to make it real. So he was going to go tell his parents about it. And of course, being a dumb kid, he did it at the worst time possible. It was actually a major event. There were functionaries from all across the land at the palace or their manor or whatever. And so huge dinner, nobles all down the table, like big fancy deal. And he's like 11 years old. And then he stands up and immediately he's like all 9 of his sisters are like glaring at him. And his his elder brother and father are just like, oh God, now what? And then he starts pitching to the other nobles at the table his idea for this amazing sporting league. And his family was so embarrassed by him that his father, for the first time in his life, spoke to him directly by yelling at him and telling him to get out of the room. And then he had those servants spank him for being such a bad child.
Wow.
And so that is his deep trauma.
Can the event be like when his older brother was officially taking over the Von Pawn's name?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like when it was like his father was basically retiring. And
yeah, that makes
like,
sense. Yeah.
his older brother was becoming the head of the family.
The
and they're
banquet.
like, I have the sport.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, poor Cedric.
Yeah. It's a rough time.
Who wants to follow that up?
So worst memory is
news
I
first. Bad news first.
bad news first was when I split with an ex that was also a business partner because she lied about how the thing that we were fencing and selling was gotten. It turned out to be something really dark and super illegal that I didn't find out until much later, and it like ended and severed the business relationship.
Oh.
The best memory is the first time we had banal.
We should have seen that one coming.
I should have.
We should have seen that coming.
You
Yeah.
usually can't when the banal's happening.
That's right.
Fair.
All right. 86
So-
that one. It's got enough airtime.
All right. Everybody gets 3.
86.
Nice. Yeah, best was I don't know.
What your time with that
Yeah.
ex?
Yeah.
What was her name?
Was it a her?
He did say her or she before.
Let's go with Wilma.
Okay. She was special to you for a while.
Mhm.
Okay. Girl.
All right. So to not talk in girl's voice for a minute, because she wouldn't tell anybody about any of these things. She actually has a real best friend, but it's really more like her mentor. So her best memory is when her mentor actually points out her name on a stone and is graved into one of the stones. He gets
Oh.
a gravestone. So he actually tells her this is what her name is spelled out. And she gets really excited. Because she
Girl's
knows
name.
Her actual real name.
Okay.
But it's
Is her
not a
real name rest in
Why is it on a
pieces?
gravestone? You're just taking a name from a gravestone?
No, he's just using it to like teach her how to spell her name.
Oh, okay.
So she knows what her name looks like. And she gets really excited because then they do their job and the person is rich. So she thinks she's going to be rich. So her best memory is this weird grave robbing experience where they go into this person's grave and she's like, oh, this is going to be me later when she's little.
I like it. She's got a very warped sense of reality.
Oh, yeah. Her worst memory is the first time she tries to rob a grave on her own and she can't get out of the grave she's dug.
Dug it a little too deep.
And then it rains and then it gets muddy and she's stuck in the bottom of this muddy grave like overnight in the dark and the cold.
Ooh.
And it's just like a not fun time. She doesn't really like being in the dirt and the mud and the rain. Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe
grave robber
maybe
doesn't
afraid
like-
she's going to get caught.
I think she was more afraid she was going to freeze to death, honestly, in her brain. She just
Okay.
assumed she'd never get caught. She's got that like,
Fair enough, yeah.
when this happened, she had that like disillusionment that
Untouchable.
she was untouchable, right? She was too young at that point.
So has that manifested into like a fear of anything, or like does she have like PTSD kind of stuff from that time?
You know when you walk in like a river bank or a swamp and the mud sucks at your feet?
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's the thing she doesn't like.
Okay.
Like the idea.
Quicksand.
Yeah. Well, not even quicksand, just the slow suck of a swamp.
Yeah,
eventually being sucked down into the ground.
Oh,
and she can't dig her way out of it.
that's
You
right.
can't.
She
Yeah.
hates it.
So she really doesn't like a bog.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this next one might be a little bit quicker. What are your religious beliefs?
Duh.
It's easy for Alda.
Yep.
It's just Myrmidia.
Myrmidia's
Do you
number
believe
one.
in other gods of the old world?
Yes.
Like, do you like? Obviously, you like pray and worship Myrmidia, but are there any others that you revere or respect? You know them pretty well.
Shalia,
hmm
Verena,
That makes sense. Yeah.
more. I respect for Ulrich and Sigmar, not so much. It's interesting because in reading about this, Sigmarites and Ulrichians like and respect Myrmidia.
hmm
The idea is that Sigmar will take you to war, but Myrmidia gets you home, kind of deal, where like they respect her for like her prowess and strategy and stuff like that. It's just, I would suspect I don't love how hot-headed and like impulsive
Aggressive.
and aggressive Sigmarites and Ulrichians can be. Just like to like boom, go to war, get into a fight, get into a conflict, instead of stepping back and thinking about it first. But there is room, Myrmidia is my number one, but you gotta have a well-rounded palate.
Fair.
I suspect. So
I imagine those three gods, they're all like gods of war in a way.
mhm,
They're kind of like on a spectrum where Myrmidia's on one end, where it's very tactical thinking.
mhm.
Ulrich's on the other of like more barbaric, and you just kill until you win. And Sigmar's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Where he's a bit of both.
Yeah.
So to help shape her a little bit, Shalia is like the goddess of health, and she's very associated with healing and has like temples. You can usually make donations to get healed and things like that. They run like hospices and things. What else did you say? Verena is the goddess of like wisdom and knowledge, and the temples are usually libraries as well, and justice. Typically lawyers will worship Verena.
Law god.
Yeah, kind of.
Mhm.
And then Mor is the god of death, which is very much respected in the Empire because death is a common thing.
Yeah.
Hates necromancy. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Like
Don't bring 'em back.
it's anathema to
Don't bring him back.
and then another minor god that both of you probably have experience with is Handrich, is the god of merchants.
Handrich.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get it?
And then there was that Katya one you said before. I
Yeah.
cannot remember what she is.
Yeah.
Driving me crazy.
It's interesting in reading about this, both Myrmidia and Shalia were mortals. They like lived mortal lives first.
And Sigmar, a lot of them did. Yeah.
But there's like actual documentation of their lives. Like Myrmidia was going to become a queen. And then she was shot with a poison dart.
Mm.
That's how they get you.
So she got on a ship, went west. See ya.
I thought so. Archives of the Empire Volume 3 has a bit more about the minor gods of the Empire. Like, there's a chapter on the cult of Handrich. There's actually a career priest of Handrich. I forgot that one was in here. There's also Tal and Rhea are kind of more like the nature gods. There's a whole bunch of littler ones too.
We're definitely gonna. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We're definitely gonna break the stereotype for the characters I play, and we're big fans of Renauld.
What?
Right.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
And a healthy respect for more. I think you always kind of have to.
This is why we're friends.
It's really not a
Right.
bad thing to have respect of more.
But no, just with the industry I'm in and the people I work with, Ronald, protects the little guy on the street. So, healthy respect.
What about Handrich?
Yeah, he's all right.
Well, anyone who knows anything about the greatest sport ever knows that there is a god.
Breaking 10. It's so good.
I love this so much.
And that god, obviously I invented him. But I don't know that. So I fully believe that he's real. So his name is Nuffle. His favorite number is 11. 2 ones. And yeah, so Nuffle, I'll be glad to tell anybody and everybody about Nuffle at any point. He's a very spiteful god.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he wants you to suffer. But that's how you show your penance to him, is to suffer, is to put yourself willingly out to suffer.
While playing your game.
Well, yeah, preferably while playing your game, but also just like, the code of Nuffle to live life as a Nephilian, if you will, is to, look to suffer. So
It's real good.
The best part about Warhammer lore is that belief in a god can create them.
well, see, that makes sense.
So
there's the arc.
Cedric wouldn't know that,
Yeah.
but if enough people believe in Nuffle, it could become a thing.
So there you go. Let's make it happen.
I love how Cedric is becoming more and more like deranged.
I mean,
Made up his own god
made up his own god.
For sure.
that
Yeah.
you are also slightly evangelical for.
Absolutely. Well, but it's more about just, yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of people suffer, and every time it happens, I'm just like, Nuffle.
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
What are your religious beliefs?
Ronald's the best.
Did we say that one already? Did I
Yep.
forget already?
Yep. That's why we're friends.
I was looking up stuff about Handrich because I thought we might want it, but
Yeah,
I
no, she
forgot.
was brought up mostly in the idea like, yes, respect more given her occupation, but she's definitely more of a Ronald follower because it's what keeps her safe in the long run.
nice.
Mhm.
All right.
More of a Ronald fan.
The penultimate question.
Mr. Brennan.
To whom or what are you loyal? Think you again. Will you protect your friends above all, or
No.
are the ties that bind you or are the ties that bind you to your clan, kinfolk, or partner stronger than iron?
No.
Are you a pious soul dedicated above all to your goal, or are you loyal to your community, to Reichland, the Empire, or just to yourself?
Me.
So you're loyal to you and your shovel.
Just me.
Yeah, whatever. A shovel's a shovel.
Shovel is shovel.
Okay.
Shovel's not alive, so me.
You can always get another shovel.
Yep.
Okay, I thought you'd be more attached to the shovel, but interesting.
That's what you think.
I don't think that Von Ponce knows what the word loyalty means.
Yep.
I think because everyone has been paid for in his life and everyone else has ignored him, he hasn't had a real human relationship ever.
Mm.
Probs.
And so I don't think props. And so I don't think he really knows like what that would. So I'm sure he like knows the word loyal, but I don't think he really like has a strong concept of what.
He thinks
But
they're
di-
loyal.
Yeah,
You have
like-
a distorted understanding of the word loyal.
And I think he doesn't know what he would be loyal to. Like I think loyalty is just sort of like one of those funny words. Like,
You're also loyal to Nuffle.
well, he certainly is loyal to Nuffle, but like I don't think he knows that he's loyal.
Can you be loyal to Nuffle? Isn't Nuffle all about random chance and things, though?
Well, random chance of 100% chance of suffering.
Fair. Nuffle sounds more and more like a chaos god.
Definitely.
Definitely.
The only person that generates more skulls than corn is, in fact, Nuffle. What was the question again?
To who or what are you loyal?
Gotcha. I think community. And yeah, having
the show or
6 seasons in a movie, man. But no, to community and to the people around you. You got to protect people and be a good dude.
Okay.
And the rich are an opportunity to also be rich, but legitimately, not stealing from them. Just sometimes they're going to need someone around, and you're going to like help them, and then they'll be like, "Wow, here's all my money, and you're rich now too." And it's like, That's how easy it is.
That's how easy it is.
Yeah, sounds really
Gotta
easy.
help the right person
Correct. At the right time.
build an empire.
Loyalty
Sporty.
is an honorable characteristic, and Meridia is all about honor.
Mm.
So
I'm very sorry you're a straight man again.
it's okay. I like this one though. I like this.
I really
one a
like. I
lot.
do like your character.
Yeah.
I am gonna miss this though.
For sure.
Mhm.
I started doing that in our game last night. Like, I'm not Bethan.
Stop it, you drug addict. So yeah, on this expedition, like I will be loyal to the people I'm traveling with, and I'll do my best to use my talents and skills were given to me by Meridia to keep everybody safe and make sure that this is successful.
All right. So the last question. Typically, it kind of gets answered while we're answering the other questions. But if you want to refine your answer to this at this point, why are you adventuring?
I can.
You're a free soul.
Yeah. No one said no.
Okay.
So I'm here.
Is it? We've kind of already answered
Yeah.
this one for just about everybody.
Yep.
I've finally been given the carte blanche to go do it. My sisters just said, "Fine, go make your thing."
All right.
Give me a blank check. So
Hell yeah.
So the last thing we have before we move on to episode 1 of the Valley of the Doomed is you will have, between episodes, you're going to have time to spend 2,000 experience.
Mm.
Which
Plus
I
our bonuses.
recommend. I have a notebook here. Recommend writing it all down because it is a lot. There's a lot to do with 2,000 experience. Most of us will probably be into the 3rd tier of the career. I am gonna make everybody mad though.
No. Nope. You're not giving us points, are you?
Alda,
No.
give yourself 4 corruption points.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hey girl,
What?
you get 6 corruption points.
That makes sense.
Cedric Von Ponce,
I don't know what these are.
you get 2 corruption points.
Whoa. Look.
What? What?
I was really hoping to be 1 just because of the privilege.
Also
Oh
favoritism.
man.
Yeah, I really is.
So I believe it's on the front of your character sheet.
it's on the back.
Corruption points
Back.
go towards getting mutations.
The higher. Yeah.
And
Yeah, just say it's 6.
Come on, Greg.
I rolled a d12 just to be a jerk.
What do you get?
4 corruption points.
Eh.
I'm winning.
Alda,
Yes.
roll me a location, please.
What?
No.
my body?
No, you're not. That's not cool.
What?
Am I inverting it?
No,
or
just
keeping it?
roll. No, don't invert it.
48 body.
Body.
Yaddy yaddy.
I can't roll the big die in the tower, so I'm just going to roll the dice.
You're
with
just
death and
starting
destruction.
with critical wounds?
Yup.
Us?
No, just Dani, I guess.
So this is going to be. Well, that doesn't really work.
I forgot to figure out my wounds.
So a lot of these don't really. So
I wasn't told to.
as we start episode 1, you'll find out why this is happening. But everybody's going to start with a critical wound to a random body location.
I mean, I know
And-
when mine happened. I tripped playing
your game.
the greatest game ever made.
All right. So what I'm doing is rolling a critical hit, but the plan is to subtract 20 from it. So it's not going to be complete. You're not going to roll death. That would be ridiculous. So it's not going to be.
In settling the Southlands, I had to
Completely.
wait for episode 3 to be critically injured for
Yes.
the entirety of the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
episode 1. Do it.
So you'll find out you took a low blow at
Okay.
some point during this. So it says make a hard endurance test or gain 3 stun conditions. So we'll just say that like you're sore and you would have taken 1 automatic damage.
And just to circle back to it, just so Shaper knows, with mutations, what's the threshold?
Willpower bonus plus toughness bonus.
So if
More than that.
if your corruption gets past that point, you start rolling on a random table every time you get a corruption to see what mutation you get.
And you also improve that by 1 because of your pure soul.
Did we ever explain to Shaper what the bonuses are?
No.
Like
yeah,
how to
the
calculate the bonus?
tens unit, yeah. The tens.
Oh,
space.
the bonus is the 10s column.
So
Yeah.
if your
Yeah.
willpower is 25, your bonus is 2.
Got it.
So most people are around 8.
And sorry, and you said the combination of
Yeah, so add those together. So what's
of,
your
of willpower and toughness?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So mine would be 5.
So what happens
their
if
willpower bonus plus toughness bonus is 5?
Because you said the 10s column, right?
Yeah.
A 2 and a 3.
Whoa.
right?
Yeah.
Well, 2,000 experience to make that higher, but
Yeah.
with your pure soul, that's 6. That is really low.
I mean, that's what mine is 6.
Mine's a 5.
Really?
Mine's
Yeah.
7. Then I have pure
But
soul.
that's without all the XP.
Hey, girl, roll me a hit location, please.
Wait, so are you already mutated? What's your?
Yeah, my bonus, my threshold is 5, and he rolled me a 6.
What?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that'll
But that's
take place
before-
You're a bad GM.
after spending experience.
I haven't
Let's
spent
see,
my
still
experience
above the
yet,
threshold.
so
Never
theoretically-
invite me
Yeah.
again. Just kidding.
3 head.
Oh, and I rolled pretty high, so
He's trying to kill me square one.
I mean,
Yeah.
This lovely, endearing
This is how you have
character.
the shortest campaign ever.
well, you already
come
mutated.
over, make
Ask him which head
characters,
that this
and then
injury
just
is
kill you
in.
all.
you have a broken nose.
Oh, cool. Where do I write this?
Critical wounds are on the back somewhere.
No, there's
Um,
no box for critical wounds.
So a solid blow to the nose, gain 2 bleeding conditions. We'll assume that's been healed, but yeah, you have a broken nose. Shaper, roll me a D100 here. This will determine the hit location.
I
It is
don't like
a
it.
99.
So that's a leg.
Oh,
I rolled pretty high for you as well.
Yeah, right leg.
So your right leg has that's a body. I almost said a cracked rib.
I have a cracked rib in my right leg.
A twisted
Yeah, that's
knee.
Ooh.
This is literally a trip from tripping.
You did say that.
Mm-hmm.
So a negative 20 to agility test. It says for D10 rounds. So that would be done by the time we get started. So we'll just say that you have you might have a bad knee now, kind of thing.
Got a bad knee.
Kind of play up
this
your
is
right knee.
literally what
you
I
used
would
to
have.
actually be an adventurer.
It won't be anything mechanical going forward, but like that knee kind of hurts.
Perfect.
Tam,
Perfect.
roll me a body location, please.
It was a
Reroll. He
70
dropped
It
it.
was a 74.
Yeah.
It's
That's
gone.
correct.
So
I
is that
can
body?
Yes.
So you're real lucky. I rolled a 4.
Nice.
So that gets reduced to a 4.
Uh-huh.
So you
Stub toe?
were winded at one point. Maybe you took a hit to the stomach and lost all your air.
I complain about it all the time. Remember that time I was winded though?
So you would have gained a stun condition at the time. Make an average endurance test or have gone prone, and your movement was halved for D10 rounds until you get your breath back. So usually that's like a gut punch. You like, lose all your air. So the only one that actually is like lasting at all is Hey Girl's broken nose. So you can kind of
I don't like it.
determine was it set properly? Is it still broken? Well, it's still broken because it happened in the last few weeks. But like, do you have like a twisted nose now because it was broken, or is it back but still a bit swollen?
I think that it would be twisted, and then she'd know how to fix it, which is really just the like crunch, like you push it back yourself. She popped it right back into place.
All right.
That's
Good.
why her voice is like that now, though. It didn't used to sound like that.
So I'll
Yeah.
probably reread this at the start of episode 1, but to set the stage and explain why we're all starting with critical hits here. The expedition was a complete failure, but you are the lucky ones. You're the ones left alive. The goblins took the rest. At least you think they were goblins. They were green and not as big as orcs, but so cunning, though. Their harassing ambushes didn't bother the Crown Prince Tassanik at first, but after a few days, their attacks became bolder. They targeted supporters and camp followers initially, but quickly moved to shoot the leaders. Tassanik, to his credit, defended the expedition valiantly, but after his horse went over a cliff with him still astride it, the morale finally broke. Expectations were high, leaving Altdorf all those weeks ago. Fortune and glory were to be found in the mountains. So much of the Grey Mountains unmapped, unexplored by the Empire. Their impressive sites have always dominated the eastern border of this great conglomeration of nations, and Crown Prince Hergard von Tassanik thought he could be the one to wrestle them into civilization, but it was not to be. The goblins harried the survivors for days. Arrows from concealed positions, knives in the darkness of night killed many more. Others fled, hoping to survive on their own. Stubborn dwarves argued with the human leaders and marched on their own north to Carrick Asgaraz. Only Sigmar knows if they made it. It's been 3 weeks now since the prince fell. You're half-starved, convinced you're going to die in these forgotten mountain passes. Your weapons are rusting, your boots sodden, and you're pretty sure a tooth is about to fall out from scurvy.
No.
But something catches your attention. A pillar of smoke beyond the horizon. As you hurry towards it, heedless of the consequences, you notice something even more exciting. The smell of baking bread. As you limp on, only one thought clouds your exaltation. Please don't be goblins. The pass opens to a sprawling valley below. The gray mountains hug the east and west sides tightly, a river bisecting the heavily forested hills and basin. Consulting maps, this valley is unknown to the Empire. Just what that fool Tasanic was looking for. The valley stretches on for miles, curving to the southwest, out of sight. After a moment of enjoying the view, an even better vision is noted. A settlement of human-made buildings nestled into the northern opening of the valley. Couldn't be more than a few miles. As you head closer, the smell of bread is mixed with the only thing that could make this moment better. The smell of beer. What do you do? When we come back for episode 1 of Valley of the Doomed.
Onward!
Woo!
Is that what you do? You make that sound?
Yes. Well, just having this.
Doomed. Valley of the Doomed.
I know those guys died, but remember when I lost my breath last week?